Technology.
Alright, so we got one camera working. Hello, everybody. Rosie needs to fiddle because...
How do you get this stuff to work?
There we go. Alright, we have a Kyle, we have a me. Cool. So welcome in. My name is Rose. I'm the Dungeon Master, and today I'm running the stream as well. So this is going to be hell. But we're fighting our way through it. We're going to start off with one of our players. I'm going to pick on Any, Mini, Miny, Lyra.
Hello, I am Sorlog Lyra. Oh, Roguelog, sorry. And yes, on to Kyle.
Hello, everybody. I am Kyle. I'm Rosie's older brother, and I will be playing Retaxis Black and Soul. We're still level 7. I am a monk, and I believe we just got to the city of Thieves in our game, and we've scattered to the 4 winds so we can get all our stuff and things. I think last time I checked, I was out shopping for health potions, so I remember correctly. And then
nobody remembers what has happened. Thank you.
I believe, and the next person should go is Neil, as dancer right now. Because he's busy.
Exactly. I am playing Jeron, my Minotaur paladin, who's out to a little bit of vengeance against his uncle, but he currently has other business to attend, so that is in his long-term goals. He was once a guard, but he's no longer.
Ex-guard that's gone corrupt.
And I guess I'll move it on to anyone else who's here.
I'm here now.
Dash can introduce himself.
Hey everybody, my name is Dash. Today I'm playing. Which character am I playing today? It's a V. I figured it was V. I have no idea what V was doing last time. I'm sure it was something nice.
I don't remember either.
I'm pretty sure it had nothing to do with the destruction of a soul or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that's not at all.
Nothing to see here.
V is the party's cleric, but she only keeps them alive rather than keeping them up to health.
I played the 5th.
There's that. And my owlbear needs to be on a different thing.
Oh no, this is a different
owlbear.
There. And I'm quickly grabbing your guys' stats for the audience because some of the audience likes to see this shit.
We're not sure why.
I really don't know why. But hope if I have the ability to see what I'm grabbing and who I have grabbed. And also for Kyle to have a laugh from Neil's game. I'll put this on the villain's roles while I'm fiddling.
Found a hidden Easter egg on the map.
That looks like a Hydra.
Look at the coloration.
That would be T-Mat.
That's Tiamat. I
was like, no, that's not actually in there. This isn't a Tiamat dungeon. Don't worry, is basically what I had to say.
I showed Tash what it was, and she's like, hell nah.
I'm going home.
We're dealing with Tiamat? No, we're not. We're going home.
How many heads does that thing have? No more than 3. I'm out.
That one gully dwarf that looks at you straight-faced, looks at you directly in the eyes, and clearly says 4.
I'm out.
Nah, bish.
I'm out.
Motherfucker.
Gully dwarf that knows the word 4, I'm out.
Definitely.
If Arson saw something like that, he'd be like on the phone, Dad, pick me up, I'm scared.
Help.
Alright, what are we doing, Rosie?
Click.
I'm currently fiddling with the stream stuff. Give me a second.
So we're gonna need owlbear open today? Do we need owlbear open, Rosie?
I forgot how much of a piss off it was to fix stuff.
Probably not in this exact second.
Alright, right the second I'm fighting with shit. Realigning everybody on a fucking screen. So we can have stats and shit show up for our people. There. That one can go there. That can go right over here in the corner. Itty bitty teeny weeny rolls can go hide over here. And stats can go hide once I get that up. Image slideshow. That's for villain. This is not hard to do. Just a little annoying. Grab that. Wait, I want to do this like oopa-doopa-doo. So I have this all open in the right order. Where did that go? There it is. And I'll go hide that in the middle of the screen. Ha 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 ha! I win. Mostly. So, what we are doing is, yes, as Kyle said, you guys had spread to the 4 winds.
And remember, we made it back to a tavern, I think, or an inn?
You and Jared had made it back to the inn and tavern. And
we went to look for inns because we were like, all right, let's go find a place to stay because it's better to know where you need to fall back to, right?
Exactly.
And we wound up at the same inn because we were both pointed towards a good one, supposedly.
Indeed. We had found out that there's a kobold goblin rivalry going on in the area where you buy all your shit.
She's totally not planning to murk both of them.
Lyra had almost had to go deal with a big tall guy before she ran the fuck away.
Yep.
And I don't remember what Zizi was doing. Zizi's not here, so that's not important, right?
I think Zizi wasn't here in the last session also.
Perfect. Alright. So, Lyra and V, we're going to start with you. Are you going to go find your inn? 'Cause I'm guessing the boys could have told the girls roughly the area to go find them.
Of course we would have.
If we have the communication devices that we're always joking about having, we've sent them a message as to which inn it was.
Allow it.
I'm gonna grab something to drink. Give me one moment.
No worries.
I had that as a place. I'm pretty sure.
Don't make it too strong.
There it is. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so you guys meet up at a place called the Thistle and Shroud.
Right.
Nestled beside one of the oldest Whisper Vaults areas, marked only by the hanging iron sign with a thorned flower and a curtain of dark gray linen. It caters specifically to adventurers, thieves, spies, and other such people.
So basically anyone who lives in this city.
It is very specific that the city is built specifically for the city. If you're somebody that's not like a normal spy or thief or an adventurer, if you're somebody that's just walking through because you're a caravan, you don't come to the Thistle and Shroud.
You're someone that's going through town as a part of a caravan. You don't go through anything that's not on the main path as to where you're going, dropping your shit off and getting out of town before you lose stuff. Where'd my hubcaps go? Motherfucker! Where's my wife? Oh, at least I didn't need her anymore.
If you have a caravan and you go through this city, make sure you have insurance.
Yes. Accurate.
Either the stabby kind or find ye old medieval Geico. Be like, I need to.
Yes, Geico, I need insurance as I drive through this city. They're like, well, I'm sorry, it's going to be a premium this year. Driving through that city is a known hazard. So it will be 2,500 gold pieces for your visit through here. As long as everything goes smoothly, you will get it back with a small fee from us, taken off, of course. If everything goes badly, there will be a small premium to pay it back, but we will cover replacements of your shipment.
Sounds like Quark from Star Trek.
The rules of acquisition. You gotta live by them.
All right.
Are you okay? You're not supposed to try to breathe the stuff that you're not supposed to try to breathe.
I'm back, and she's apparently trying to breathe the stuff that she's not supposed to breathe.
I'm trying to die.
Trying to kill herself with air or something.
Murder.
Close enough.
Red rum.
Rose sometimes forgets not to breathe with liquid in her mouth.
Don't worry, I think we all do.
Alright, so feel free to figure out what you might know about this place. You do see an elf with a scarf that's covering her mouth that is wandering about the inside. She's about average height, nothing too out of the ordinary for her. And you also see a sentient cloud of smoke that is around the area for the tavern, taking orders as it writes stuff in the air to the kitchen.
Cool.
She's probably got through her family contacts in the city, so she's networking.
What information would you like to be looking for?
Just basic shit.
The general rundown is who's in charge this week, if there's any side jobs that need doing, that guy that owes you money. Yeah, is he around? Have you seen him? It's been a few years. Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that up. No, you haven't seen him? Tell him I was in town.
Pretty much. And then get some information, maybe find some more info out on the purple roses, other shit. And
alright, give me a perception check.
Oakley.
Yeah, that'd work.
I see my feet and my toes and my hands.
That's not bad. So, what you do know about the Purple Rose is they are not welcome in the City of Thieves.
Interesting.
In other words, this is common knowledge. This information was so common knowledge that you tried to ask someone about the purple rose, and they said, Josh, we don't talk about that here. You want to get yourself killed? You don't talk about that. The guild will end you if you mention them.
And if she does see someone that owes her money, she'll take their soul as payment.
Trying to kill them, take their soul, or mark them?
Kill them.
Drag them into an alley and end their life. Because, again,
Yes.
the laws here are very shady, but you still have to not get caught.
You're in the Whisper Vault. Give me 1 second, I gotta double check something.
She will take their soul and make it look quote unquote natural.
Oh, of course. But you still have to probably fight them a little.
That's the wrong city that I'm looking at. That's what I thought.
Or at least do some sort of challenge. That would make sense, right?
You're currently in the Whisper Vault, where that the rule or the code of silence here is no one dies, but everything else is for sale.
They don't want you to kill her here. Want to try to
here,
get
but
away
you-
with it, is what she's saying.
Kill here, you might end up in jail. Or worse,
Oh, damn
depending
it.
on the situation.
That's
I'll be
why
right
she
back.
wants to end the soul and make it look like a heart attack.
Alright, high or low?
High.
Alright, so you managed to get a soul, but it doesn't look like an accident.
What?
Look like an accident.
Thank you.
It
Could you
looks
cut
was
off
done
there
on
for a bit?
purpose. Sorry, I was too high pitch.
Yeah, you were.
Your mic cut off there for a bit, so that's why I was asking.
Your mic told you nope.
So, as you go to pull them into an alleyway, and you pull out the coin, it drains their soul slowly, and the soul fights back enough that it leaves clawing marks across the neck, but not like gashes, but marks of somebody who has been soul. How shall I put this? I stole their soul and fought with it. I don't know how to. Soul drain, thank you. So there's obvious marks that somebody did this.
And then Lyra will take her dagger and make those marks look like
Vampire bite?
vampire bites or a bear ripped their throat out.
Hey, give me a survival check.
Right. I'm going to use my human thing because I'm a human.
You inspiration?
Yes. It gives you advantage, right? Or reroll.
Neil. Oh, he is muted. I don't know.
16. Never mind.
I think
Good
I let
enough.
you re-roll it, but yes. So you managed to make it look like it was an animal. But it still does not look like an accident. And if somebody looked hard enough, they could probably figure out what was going on. And you've now been here for about an hour. The city is fairly fast-paced, so an hour in this city, something's going on.
Alright.
In fact, let me get a d20 out. And drop the d20, apparently.
Well, I didn't need you anyways, D20.
In fact, I need you to give me a perception check.
Water bottle upstairs.
Alright. 9.
Alright, you don't see anything, but you
This
do...
is the day of nines.
It is. You do hear a bit of a pebble dropping from what seems to be a ceiling, but you don't see who or where or what caused it.
A noise to your left and up. You look, but there's nothing there. A little bit of
It also
gravel
depends on
skitters
what
off the roof.
creature. It also depends on what creature, because if it's a human, nobody would have saw what I did. If it was a human.
You don't know. All you know is that somebody was here. Now they're not.
She makes mental notes to figure out whoever that was and take their soul too. But for now, that's the future Lyra's problem at the moment, because they fucked off.
Alright.
But being a city of thieves, who's really going to care?
Exactly. Who's really gonna give a shit?
Well, one of the rules for this particular part of town was no killing.
I about to say, so if you're gonna come across someone that does care, you kind of deep shit.
You can, let's put it this way, you can kill in the Veiled Sprawl, the Red Threads area, the Hollow Bazaar, and the Needle's Crown. But in the Whisper Vault Row, the rule is nobody dies here. You can kill anywhere else in the city, but this part of the city, for some reason, it's not allowed. And you guys do know that this is a neutral ground part of the city. So everybody else is in the Thistle and Shroud, where the common den room And I have pictures of this place. I believe I made some. I don't know if I saved them, but I made some. Oh no, I know
The room we got was the one with a den room and then the offshoot rooms for each of us individually, right?
Yes, but I had the picture somewhere.
I'm not saying you don't have a picture. I'm saying I was just going that was having the mental image was like that was the one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not thinking of something else.
Yes, my brain did
Good.
think, but I had the rooms, and see, where did they go? I saved them. I didn't
What
put them in
folder
the
did you
folder.
stick it in? Or
Yeah, this is a safe folder that I will surely remember one day, far in the future.
exactly
So the
when it's
rooms
not
on the
relevant
second
anymore.
floor, when you go up the stairs. So you guys have one of the ones in the middle rooms or something like that. So you guys have good rooms that Jaren had gotten you. The common den rooms, as you can see at the bottom of the map, are just a bunch of beds that basically anybody can walk into. A lot less likely to be private.
By the way, I got the rooms for a 10-day. I don't expect us to be here for 10 days, but I got them for 10 days so that we can leave whenever we want. The room will expire when we're done. And if somebody was following us, they don't know when we left by the time we checked out. You know what I mean?
Pretty
Smart.
much.
Makes sense.
Since we did find out we have people looking for us.
Yes, you did. You still have bounty hunters looking for
And
you.
while bounty hunters might not get along with thieves, there's still money involved and money sways.
Money talks and bullshit walks.
Yes,
Exactly.
Neil got you the 1 gold per night rooms. They are comfortably furnished with feather stuffed bedding, secret hatch leading to the back alleys or rooftops. There's one-way mirrored windows so people can't see you from the outside, and what's called a ghost call bell that summons one of the owner's whisper eaters if you're dying or dealing with something that needs to not be noticed in this room. It also includes 1 use per day of the silent spell on the door and a secure soul locker.
Meaning, if you really have something that you want no one to know you have, you put it in that secure locker and it's safe from everybody. As in, people can't detect it and things like that. You have a cursed artifact that you're carrying around and you're like, I need to get rid of this for a very limited amount of time. You put it in there.
Shoves random body in there, walks away.
That sort of thing. But for the random body, you can ring the bell, and the ghost servant thing will come and clean the room. And when I say clean the room, they're a genetics specialist with advanced technology would be like, nope, nobody's died in here recently.
Right.
Yes, that's what the spirit color, the ghost call is.
But yes, you could hide a body in that too if it happened to be the ghost thing that gets called from that, and for some reason it turns on you because you're stealing the shampoos or something.
I find the food.
Have you found the picture yet? Do you want me to keep talking?
The picture's in the playing channel.
Yes.
Another one, but I can't find the other picture. I had a menu for you guys too.
Yes, you did.
I very specifically made a menu.
Weren't you sending those to me
I did,
in
yeah.
our messages?
I did,
You
yes.
can get it out of there.
So, 3 of the 4 of you are here. What would you guys like to talk about as a group?
So, catch that baseball game?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I have never understood the sport.
Really. V's gonna look to her party and goes, question, do you guys know something that a kobold would love to eat? I have a few ideas, but I don't think I have anything on me.
I don't know.
A kobold?
Yes.
Wow, I hear they like cheese, but that might be rats.
Gems, I don't know.
Just looking for something I can feed a kobold. Though I just say this now, I can't promise what will happen after I feed it, but
Oh, you got yourself a side hustle, did you?
more like a side project.
Interesting.
He wants a pet kobold. What it
Not
sounds like to me,
necessarily.
anyway. Or a minion.
Not necessarily, but let's keep that in mind.
I'm looking for a meat shield traveling cohort.
More like a distraction kobold. Yes, as she just scratches her nose. Very much of a distraction kobold.
Where's the rest of it?
Personally, I would think that kobolds would probably like something like raw eggs, you think? Just cracking into that egg, getting the yolk. There's a little reptile thingy. I guess that's
I
racist
see.
stuff.
Maybe so. I keep that in mind. She just makes a mental note of it as she just kind of mumbles something under her breath as she goes. Also, I will probably say when I figure out where I'm going to feed this kobold, Probably give it a little bit, and we might be able to take whatever we want from the smaller merchant area, as they're probably way too distracted with what's going to happen.
So, in other words, you're telling us you've got a plan for us to get in there, move fast, grab as much as we can, and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
All right, I'm down.
I'm not going to say much more, because in a town like this, you don't know who ears are here, and I'm not talking about corn either. And she just kind of opens up her pouch, pulls out the vial of that tainted liquid, and then puts it back away. But I'm going to feel the cobalt this.
And what is
Okay, that purple liquid from that lake.
I nearly warned you.
Remember, he took a bottle of it. He took a bottle of it.
Did. She took
Yep.
a bottle.
I thought you got
I
more
believe
than
she
one.
has 3 vials of it. And then she
That's
made her
correct.
own vial that she has no additive in.
Exactly. And one of those is going to feed to the cobalt, and hopefully, if it turns out what she thinks is going to happen, might have a raging cobalt in it.
Rose, Jaron is going to order a red-eyed Jack's pie. There you go. I ordered from your menu.
If anybody else wants mood from the menu,
Mood. Anyone else want mood food?
you'll have a menu.
Technically 3 minutes.
I'll look it up.
So you said the
I'll check it out. I mean,
Red Eye Jack's pie. Remember which one that is. That one is... Where did it go?
I
Over
don't
there.
according to Google, Neil, they'll eat pretty much anything.
I will
I would
go with
assume
the
so, right?
Hangman's Fry Rose,
That sound good.
right? And
Silence T.
Where did the
Yeah.
rest of the images
Wouldn't that be
go?
silent? Well, if the T's silent, it's silent T, so it would be silent.
I had a picture of it, but it decided to disappear on me.
would those ghost calls be able to take care of shit outside of the hotel?
I don't see why not.
That would require a different sort of contract.
That would be a different sort of contract. You'd have to pay for that shit.
Lyra would get a ghost call and ask them to take care of a body in an alley.
Who are you going to talk to get that ghost call?
Wants to talk to the people back at the inn.
Yes. And she
You'll call
will,
them up on their
Ow!
special line that she knows about because she has background in this.
yes, because Rogue. I'm just seeing if I could pay for it first, because I
Should
don't
be on
remember
your
what. Have we gotten gold recently?
Hold on.
Because right now I'm sitting at 107.
I think we might have.
I'm poor.
You guys,
One
if I'm not
second.
mistaken, got a box, didn't you? Without the other team.
I don't know.
1 second. I'm trying to load my one page. It's okay. This person.
One of you should have a box on you guys.
Don't have a box.
I'm pretty sure I have it.
So you
What was
said
in it, Rose?
You guys never opened it.
anybody getting flashbacks from that movie 7?
A little.
What's in the goddamn box?
No, because I don't remember ever watching it.
It's a killer that's killing on the basis of the 7 deadly sins. And the guy that's investigating him, the joke about what's in his box is his wife's head.
I see.
Oh, this movie is messed up.
But you never actually get to see what's in the box in the movie.
They just give you that
They
hint.
hint at it, they tease, they do that, and you never find out. It's like another movie that I don't want to spoil by saying which movie it is, which is also a good movie, but also has one of those moments of, but what was it?
Right?
They can be fun, but they can be a pain.
So that's the other one. So that's the roasted nuts. That's the silent tea.
We're all broke. Holy shit. I got 220 gold.
I still have 1 platinum. I don't know where I got it. And 20 gold. That's
Somebody
it.
snuck it into your pocket.
I'm guessing so, because I don't know where I
Yes, it
got
is.
it.
That's Jaren's food.
Yummy. Looks good.
And Tasha, what was the food that you got?
1 second. I need to get back.
The fry at the thing? Or the
And
silent tea.
Silent tea
Yes.
is the black drink.
Ooh,
I got the ale, remember?
Ale.
those beans look good, or nuts, or whatever the fuck they are.
That's
Those are the
Jaren's.
spice, the spice nut. That's my dessert, essentially, right? Lots of
This
protein.
is the ale.
Oh, nice.
It's a very
I'll take one of
dark
those.
ale.
I'll take 3.
That would be almost Guinness. Black.
That's a nice thick stout. That would be really good.
Looks like
Where
old school
is the
Guinness.
fry?
Wouldn't it be nice if we lived closer, Kyle? We could get together, grab a couple Guinness, go sit in the
yeah.
park somewhere, and hide them. That's like, it's a pop, officer.
In another jug. During high school, I had one of them water bottles.
Mhm.
And I went out of my way to buy the one from 7-Eleven had Fido Dido in it. So what you do is you took a mini from the liquor store, and if you got the right pop from a fountain drink machine, Max,
Mhm.
It tasted like flat pop when it was mixed together. So you could drink it at school and nobody knew you were half cut.
Or you could be like my one social teacher who had a coffee thermos that he drank from constantly all day. That if you got close enough to him, was not coffee.
Baileys.
He didn't bother hiding it. It's very noticeable. Surprised he didn't
Yeah.
get in trouble for that, but it was a weirder time.
But you go to Max by the high school there in Wetaskiwin and get usually the Coke or the Pepsi out of there. And if you mix it with a mini Crown Royal, it just made it taste like it was flat.
Oh.
What food are you taking, Kyle?
What's that screamer tail or tongue pie? What?
The candy screamer tongue?
It's basically the tongue of a creature, candied and then cooked up. So it would be like chewy candy something.
I have a picture of that one. That one actually had the picture in the same channel. That is your candy screamer's tongue.
Looks like licorice.
That looks kind of good. It's like a
Yeah.
licorice mixed with the what was it, like a Turkish delight?
Well, as it says, thin strips of
Or it
preserved
looks
tongue
like really
from...
long hot tamales.
Well, as it says, thin strips of preserved tongue from harmless but loud cave screamer, boiled in spiced syrup and dusted with red fire sugar. Chewy and fiery, it leaves a tingling numbness on the tongue and causes spoken
is hot
words to
tamales.
echo slightly.
I'll give it a whirl. I'm a dragon. What do I care?
Alright, so that's your dessert. Which
what is this feeling?
from the
Why is it burn
meals
so much?
menu, do you want the grave bread and
Dragon like you,
smuggler's
pussy.
stew, the night feast plate, the red-eye Jack's pie, which is what Neil got, or the hangman's fry?
I would probably try this candied screamer thing and one of those stout beers.
So no main.
You don't want a main meal?
Basically, want to try this because one of those. Hey, that sounds interesting. I'll give that a shot.
Cool.
There's a
Oh, that looks good.
And what is V getting? Dash.
You may have to wait on Dash for a bit. I think he's busy again.
Alright.
Sorry, alarm wrong. What's up?
What are you ordering for food, homie?
I was just looking at this list, and I think V's gonna get something that mixed with her, which is gonna be a night feast plate, followed by a shadow drought, and maybe an inkwell custard.
Ooh, custard sounds good.
Night feast plate. A lot of these. Oh, I do have that picture.
But that hangman's fry does look tasty, doesn't
I think I'll
it? Nice
take this
big
first.
brown beans, 2 nice sunny side eggs, some good toast, some good bacon. Oh,
Okay, so
I could go
that's
for that right now.
your night feast. And you also said that you were going for the draught.
I think that could also be pronounced draft, but it's hard to say.
Be right back, everybody.
ChatGPT's being kind of slow for making me images.
No, it's failing you. How dare it?
And then that's that. And the custard, come here, girl.
Ooh, it's very dark.
Well, it is called the Inkwell custard.
Oh, I know. I'm not sure if I'd want to eat that, but I might give it a try if I was to ever experience it or encounter it. Could be very interesting, to say the least. Also, imagine it being used like a jelly and you put it on toast.
Could do that. Alright, so is Jaren gonna open the box?
Sure.
Alright. So inside, there's enough gold that you can each get 1,750 gold pieces.
We're in the money.
1,700 and how much?
50.
I'm not broke anymore.
No, you're not.
She'll definitely pay for that ghost call. But this back alley, this person, yeah.
I'd say 200 gold, Rose.
Makes sense.
All right, 200 gold. She'll add an extra 50 to find and silence
As a
any.
tip.
No, she'll add an extra 50 to find and silence anybody that was watching.
They don't do that service. They just
All right,
clean up does
Just
not include
court
killing other
removal.
people.
all right, but she'll just get them to clean that up.
Where is it? I had the person. So you were directed to talk to Marival, the Unseen. She's known as the Grand Mistress of the Ghosts.
Interesting name.
So he explains the situation to her and goes, "You also silence people.
That is not what we do.
Then just the cleanup, please."
It will be done. And she snaps her fingers, and you have this weird feeling that it got done that quick.
Insta.
Are you still near the body?
No, she got the fuck out of Dodge.
Smart.
If you were, I had an interesting way of describing it, but you're not. It's good that you're not near it. I had a
Darn, be
description
that
that I
right,
could have
shut
used.
you.
But with how clean that alley probably is, if whoever watched had somebody to go, hey, this happened, the person would look at the other person and go, no, it didn't. There's clean.
There's no evidence saying this happened.
Exactly.
have
This
proof?
happened. Are you sure?
No,
Yes, if I'm
well,
sure. Feel free to read my memories. Remember, this is the world of magic.
And
yeah,
that's
that's
when the
true.
person falls victim to suggestion,
Modified memories.
Exactly.
dominate monster, or dominate humanoid, or dominate
Dominant
whatever,
person.
memory wipe, and
They said they would clean the body. They don't know
Yeah.
anybody else that happened to be. So, your issue has been cleaned up. And you
Mhm.
guys are safe for the night. You guys know that V plans to do something to a kobold tomorrow after your long resting character.
actually, Rosie, can I pause you for 1 second? Tasha, can you roll a perception check for me on your way back to the tavern, or they were at?
Probably to make sure you're not being followed.
Yeah, that's one reason for sure.
17.
Nice. Not only did you realize you're not being followed, oddly enough, that actually struck you more odd than being followed, but at one point, while you were looking down one side alley to make sure no one was coming out of it, you saw graffiti scrawled on the wall that for some reason was very easy to read from the angle you saw it at, that just said, "Beware the Watchers."
She kind of raises an eyebrow.
You don't remember anything about the city about anyone called the Watchers.
She just kind of shrugs, takes a picture with her phone, but
And it keeps going. Yo, Rose.
Thank you. So, what is your plan as a group? You know what V is going to do. You know that that's more or less a pit stop. And, actually, I need everybody to give me a perception check.
it's spelled that'd be
Jaren
lovely.
going real crazy here with the check.
17.
25.
6.
Mandy's perceptive today. Holy shit.
You gave all your
Very
bad rolls to Tasha. And V, I need you to give me one as well, please.
90.
Thank you. Alright, so, all except for Lyra, because she's a little occupied. Here are a couple different things. V, you hear a couple of people talking to each other, and the conversation goes as follows. The silence has been seen again. What? Grandma said that they used to sew the names of the dead into clothes to give them peace, but the wolves nameless couldn't get that.
Is this a little kid saying it?
Sounds like it.
Younger, not like little kid, but like young teenager.
All of
Okay.
Rosie's children, 14 and under, sound like they're 6-year-olds.
I'm sorry that I have a high younger kid voice.
I'm not saying
Right.
it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, you know, we know your limits. It's all good.
Alright, Jaren, you find a map in your room after having gone for food and stuff that seems to have been mistakenly left behind in its wake. Written on the bottom, burnt in pieces, it says, "The final spark rests beneath the stones of..." You can't quite make out what the other one is. It's really worn out.
Karsnifflefuff. Oh, damn it.
Guarded
I hate going
by...
there.
And you see like burned edges for where it should
Yep.
say the next name. And then it continues on saying, they call Fa... And then the middle of it is burnt, and then you next 3 letters you see is VES, Guild. And then in brackets, as if scribbled by hand instead of being part of the map, if you know what I mean by the difference between a map maker and a
Written
scribble.
on it after the fact, yes.
Yep. It says the nameless.
Not sure where they got a ballpoint pen in this day and age, but
That's what I'm
Ink
thinking.
or something.
Impressive.
And Retaxis.
all right. So something about the wool.
And Retaxis, you hear more in your head, but it seems to be around you as well. You hear somebody say, "A spark burns where silence reigns. Find the city where it began." And yes, you are familiar with the voice. It is Zas. Your
She's
lovely
pushing your Zass forward.
Zasphira Kaxmaka has whispered to you, but it also seems like that same wording is being said around you by a couple other people. throughout your talks through the city.
The people nearby you are saying these words to you, but when you look again, yeah, they weren't looking at you, they weren't saying anything to you, but the next person looks towards you and says it, and then you blink and they're not looking at you. But this is going on for your entire walk.
Yes. And in Lyra said, hello she gets the taunt! Which I was actually hoping she would get this.
Oh no!
You hear in your head a voice you are not familiar with because you've never heard his voice. But you instantly know that this is Tilver's voice. You know his name as you are the one who wields his weapon. And he says to you, you have my face and my name. So why do you run, little spark?
He has been set to ignore.
I figured. I figured that would be the case after that. And since you got so high, Jen, I'll give you one other one. If I can find it. There it is. You hear a couple of kids going, oh, my friend, Tava Raylan, they said that they were going to Kindria. Said he was looking into the sparks of the fallen wolves. As they run off with another kid that seemed really excited about this news.
That was obsessed adventurer kids. Oh my lord.
Yep.
Right?
They're gonna get themselves killed.
All right, well, I'm going to relay to the rest of them that I think Kindria might be a place to look into.
You guys also
And relay
killed...
the information about the spark stuff because it actually seems relevant to what we're doing since I think that's our targets. Jaron words it that way.
You guys also know that Daggerheart Bay was told to you by somebody else at one point that that's another spot to go as well. Because you had to go there anyway.
Don't we have to go there to get to Kindria?
No, Kindria's on this continent.
Oh.
Go look into stuff for the winged satyrs.
That doesn't sound very villainy.
Let me find out what that was. Specifically the winged satyrs had information on potentially what those bottles could do.
Ah, yes. How important is it for us to find out what the dark liquid does from
That's up to
people
you
who might know?
guys.
That's what I'm asking. Us guys, not players.
You talking about the dark liquid that V has?
Yes.
I think that's what going to Daggerheart Bay was to identify those. Is that valuable enough that we continue doing that, or are we moving to Kindria or somewhere else? Because I'm not sure exactly where our target is right now.
Well,
I said
one
we can move to
target...
Kendria.
I'm gonna say one target was... Daggerheart Bay was from the Elven Queen. Kindra was your guys' choice on mission to go kill the motherfuckers.
I forgot what V wanted to grab from the kobold. He had something that cost a lot of money that she couldn't grab. I just can't remember what it was now.
I don't remember either. I do remember mentioning something that costs a lot of money, and you were like, "I might be back for that."
I think it was like 5,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 5,000.
5,000 for death/gone? Oh no, he's gonna pay you that. Because you were trying to find the anti-teleport wand of binding.
Yes, that's right.
And then he said if you take care of the gnome across the street, which is his rival.
Goblin or gnome. Was it a goblin or a gnome? Yeah.
Yep,
Goblin.
Then he would basically sell you the wand.
The discount. Maybe.
If he's going to make her own discount.
Oh, of course.
5 finger.
Absolutely.
No. One dagger.
It's going to be the 5-finger graveyard discount. Catch my meaning?
Grave robbery. What the hell?
It's Weekend at Ernie's.
Ha ha. Such a good movie.
It is. But yeah,
End of the corn dog to eat, Rose.
I was dealing with something on the back end of my teeth.
That's a very thick toothpick.
That is.
So, what are we doing?
What are you doing, guys?
I'm peeing.
Well, that's one thing someone's doing. Let's figure out what the other person is.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
So Lyra is off using the facilities.
Yes.
I've had a hearty meal.
V is going to start looking for something that the kobold would eat so she can go with her next step of her plan.
So, give me a cure and arcana check.
Nature and Arcana?
Yes.
A Narcana check.
Narcans, got it.
So, you know that they would eat grubs? Like bugs, the bigger ones? And you
Probably like
think
meat, too.
meat.
But
And
they
you
are civilized, so they probably do
think
cook it, Rose.
that they'd eat gems, but you're not sure if that's a fable or that's actually truth.
Grubs. I feel like that might be a worse ideal. but it could also benefit. V's gonna be go and get some grubs. Probably gonna look for some local kobolds and see if she can grab some food from them. Because if they're one, there gotta be others.
Oh, there's a couple here.
I would do an insight check for that, Rose.
Yes, please.
Basically walks up to one of the local kobold, like, hey, any local kobold cuisine restaurants? I want to surprise a friend. And I think that is a very smooth talking response. So they probably were like, yes, go over there, 2 blocks down, one to the left, the little alcove with a pie above it. You'll find a nice place. They serve grub souffle and some grub pies and stuff. Oh, favorite amongst all the kobolds.
That works. So you find out that yes, there is some grub souffle pies are known in the higher districts of the city, where the Whisper Vault has most of the taverns and inns and stuff. It seems that the Red Threads district, which is known for its high-stakes gambling dens and spy brokerages, these same gambling dens tend to have some of the better high-quality food because, well, they're high stakes.
They want to keep their victims customers.
Victims.
Well, what better way to rob someone than to make them not even know you're robbing them?
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Just look at what the government's doing.
How are you with that?
So yes, that in the Red Threads district of the city, that is where you would find some of the higher quality food.
In other words,
Usually
to go
at
to
the-
find the stuff that this guy, you think this guy would absolutely love, go up there, find the price, which is at this address, quote, insert address here. Go there
Which is
and stand
essentially
in
on
the
the other side
line
of the
because it's
city.
probably one of those soup Nazi sort of places where there is a lineup for it.
No soup for you.
Soup
You-
Nate.
Banned!
Yes, as you can
As
see by
somebody
the
is
map,
like, no! And then the other person's like, wait, I have a trombone. It jumps over to a table and starts playing music.
bam.
Sorry, Ross, I interrupted you.
But yes, as you can see by the map, you guys are currently in the Whisper Vault row. The red threads is where these grubs would be more easily found.
Where's a map?
Map in the playing channel.
Oh, this map.
The red threads.
But the doesn't have an E, so it's just thread.
Yes, it is.
I think it looks awesome, actually. I love it, Rose. I love it.
Supposed to be the red thread, but whatever.
Oh, I know. It's one of
AI.
the lovely, the AI errors that's just funny as hell to watch sometimes.
They are. So V, how do you go about this? Let's see how the spotlight goes for you.
Oh, crap. I'll be back.
Or who?
You!
Alright, so V's definitely gonna look around for a group of kobolds and go like, hey, what are your guys' favorite food? I'm trying to get something for my friend.
So with your insight, you found out that there a lot of kobolds' favorite foods is the grub souffle specifically. It's a rare delicacy for non-kobolds. Served the gambling quarters in the Red Threads district of the city. It is a building quite tall, has a bit of a lineup during peak moments for the gambling side. The food's a little bit less, but the kobolds say that most of the sizes are about the size of a 10-inch pizza, and it's a souffle that could feed easily 4 or 5 of them.
And where can I get such a souffle?
We say
Threads. Alright, I think I'm gonna get me some. As she just looks over at the kobolds and goes, anything else?
shiny makes good friend.
Gems? Gold?
Gold too common.
Jewelry.
Gold, platinum, coin too common. Everybody have coin. Very few have pretties.
Then probably means
Oh.
gems and stuff.
Well, you can find out that that's probably gems that they do.
That sounds like gems. Alright, well, you guys are being such great helps. Thank you. I think I'm gonna go on my way now.
Have fun, make new friend happy. Get souffle. Make very happy.
Fran would definitely be very happy when I'm done. As she just starts walking away, making note that she's gonna be looking for the red string to get the souffle.
It's on the map, Dash.
I know.
You vex me,
I'm so-
brother.
I know. I do this on purpose. But
I-
she's gonna start making her way towards the I know it says red thread, but I'm gonna keep calling it the red string.
Rosie.
She's gonna head down towards the red string to see if she can get the souffle.
Well, you're heading outside the city because this city does not have a red string. You'd be
Fine.
That
leaving
really
the city
picks
of
your ass,
Phoenix.
doesn't it, Rosie?
I put a name on something for a reason. It has a name.
Red threads.
All right. She's gonna head towards the red thread. Better.
Thank you.
We love you, Rosie.
She's like, I question it sometimes.
Dash
She
has a
questions
sister
it all the
that's like me.
times.
Dash has a sister like me. He knows how much it bothers a person like me to do that.
Yes. But anyways, she's heading over to the red thread to get her hands on this souffle.
Alright, so the red thread, much like its name, has red as the theme color. A lot of the buildings on this side of the city are various shades of red. There's maroon, candy apple red, there's a weird reddish pink for a couple of them, almost a fuchsia, but not quite. There's a deep blood red building in the middle of it. That's called the Marauders Mauve.
This is the
And-
best restaurant in town, from what you've heard. This is the place that would have the souffle.
She's gonna go up and go, can I get a souffle? Probably something that I'm not really sure, but something that kobolds will enjoy the most.
Oh, insert recipe name that Rosie has come up with.
Grubs, that's what I've come up with so far.
Yes.
Glow bug souffle. This is a rage of town. Me, I can't see why anyone but the kobolds would like it, but even the nobles have been gobbling them up. Makes me gag, to be honest. Have you seen what's in those things?
I heavenly has not, and I do not really wish to know.
By the way, to order, you have to get in line. He points at another line.
There's about 15 people waiting in this line.
I'm just a delivery guy. Sorry, man. As he pulls the stuff in the door he was going in and closes it behind him.
Resist the urge. And she just goes into line.
You're not in the Whisper Vault row, so you can do whatever you want here.
You could kill people. You could move your foot into the door to block it from closing.
No, because if she was to do that, someone here is going to get injected with that black.
You can do that here. It's not against the rules. This is a city where
No,
literally
She doesn't
anything
want to
goes.
waste it, though.
Not only does she not want to waste it, but then she has to deal with it, and she don't feel with it right now. Plus, if she causes a scene here, there's a guaranteed chance she's probably not going to get what she wants from the other side. So, stick to her goals.
Oh, B, I need a quick perception check for while
Okay.
you were walking. It's not super difficult, but
I'm going to fail it. Damn it.
no, you're good. So while you were walking, you noticed that there was crimson ribbons tied to a couple of doors. It wasn't a lot. There's maybe 2 doors that you noticed along the way.
But you
One
remember
in
that saying,
this-
it's weird that I would see this happen again, or the one,
It's
if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's still weird that it
it's not
happened
a lot.
twice.
It's not a lot.
Right.
Still weird that it happened twice.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So one of them would have been in the Hollow Bazaar, that big section of that part of the city. One along the path that you saw, and another one in the actual Red Thread district.
Should keep it in mind, but it's not really too much for her to deal with right now.
Well, from what your rogue has told you, that means that those houses, or somebody in those houses, has been marked for assassination.
Again, that she has to deal with right now.
No,
Maybe.
but
Not her business. Off.
no, but it's important information of what you could use in the future.
Probably.
If it actually matters to her at that moment.
Alright, so you get in line, and in the line you see a winged being. They have pants on that are fairly baggy.
Don't put pants on.
Thank God they have pants. Pants are an illusion.
Yes, it is.
And their top has a couple of different colors to it, but you catch the theme of being of the sea. There's a couple of she cells there and stuff. And they have tiefling horns that come up from their head and curl around grams with very pointed ears. You don't have a picture of this guy, girl, person. Next time, wrong part to go to. Of course, I don't fucking have a picture easily on hand. Why
Have
would
you
I?
ever
What is it called again?
Something Vindicator.
Not her. No. Is this one? No, none of the time. Scrolling up. Finding all information. Oh, that's the wrong chat. Okay, this one doesn't have a picture of the horns on them, but imagine that they have horns. That's one of the people that you see standing in front of you.
This creature is the most atrocious volatile thing she has ever seen. And if it wasn't for her standing in line, she would probably take those wings back with her.
Sure.
The urge to murder has just increased.
If Alenia was an angel with wings,
Not an angel, because they have horns. And these are some of the other people that you see standing in the line with you. So I got all these pictures. from my
Rose, the
NPC
way I
page.
would explain some of the pictures have horns and some of the pictures don't. In this, it would be their species has dimorphic aspects. Some of them will grow the horns and others won't. For whatever reason. Nobody knows the details of it. It comes with part of the fact that where the fuck did they get wings?
some
Yeah,
are horny,
that's
some
fair.
are not.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Some are
But this
just
one was
thirsty.
supposed to have horns as I described it. This image doesn't have it because I made this image a while back. Or the horns could be an illusion. Who knows? Yes, you also see a very green-eyed, bubbly, trinket-covered gnome, most likely a tinker gnome of some form. An elf, which your party hasn't seen these elves yet until now, with dark black skin, not like the skin of a drow, but like a chocolatey brown skin, and rich, plummy purple hair. And then you just see a normal wood elf. Long, braided hair, bow, arrows.
One normal person.
Hey, gnomes are
One normal person.
normal!
Which one's the normal person?
The normal one would be the archer.
Let's specify who. Just one
Good-
normal person.
Good day, sir and or madam.
You can't tell if it's a guy or girl. Androgynous as fuck, because it'd be elves.
You have a jaw that would work really good for a beard, sir, but I understand your people don't grow them. No wonder it's so hard for us dwarves to identify your gender. May I ask yours, so that I don't mispronounce it?
I am
No.
called. You hear them say, I'm called a Lehor.
I'm sorry,
No.
I'm done.
I don't know if it would be a Lehor or
Did you say?
Leor.
Okay.
I
Just
don't know if
making
it'd be
sure.
a Lejor or a Lehor.
Alehori.
I heard Lehor.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just checking. Make sure I didn't hear. Because I'm like, what did she just say?
Hey, Rose, why don't you take that name and flip it backwards? Rojole. Or Rojale.
It sounds way better.
I'm with you.
Just put the letters in the reverse order, and might would sound less vulgar. It wasn't really vulgar, it was just a Lehor.
It was funny. I
I'm
was
pretty sure. I
laughing.
think we all had the same reaction because I thought, what?
Fine.
What was the
I'm
person?
called Roger, and then you hear the little one, the gnome, go, "Oh, that's a wonderful name. I'm called Twiddlebeard."
I'm known for loving to play with my beard, you see. Oh, see this bead here? I got this bead in the... What was it? Insert some random date, some random activity, some random thing. And my friends were so happy to see me, so I celebrated with my first bead.
He collects beads to celebrate, yes. And another one goes, "Well, aren't you all very talkative?" She doesn't seem to say her name, but she seems displeased that they're annoying. That would be the dark-skinned elf.
I smell a bitch.
Oh no, she thinks she's a drow.
No, she's not being rude. She's just stating the fact of you're being noisy and annoying without being rude.
All you young people these days, so noisy, don't know when to keep things to yourselves. Something like that?
Better. So, V, how do you react to this talkative line of people?
Deep breath, check spell list, deep breath.
Woosaba.
Oh yes, and
Honestly.
the blue-haired one goes, "Well, miss, if you won't tell me your name, I am Nerith. It's a pleasure to meet you all."
Wow, isn't it just her?
No,
Well, we're in a
all
group.
as in Twiddlebeard,
Oh.
Rogeo.
I thought they knew each other already.
No, they're just people standing in line. They're just being very
Yes.
talkative, very friendly. In other words,
So
they've
how
been in this
about
line
that
for a while,
weather?
Nimble.
Isn't it such wonderful when the sun comes up and shines over the glen and you see all the wild animals just grazing in the fields? Oh yes, it's a wonderful time.
The dark-skinned elf does not look pleased. She's just doing the squeeze the bridge, and I was like, "Oi." gnomes. The oi gnomes without saying it, but that look of
The gnome suddenly pulls something out of his pouch and starts twiddling with it in his hands. You do just more or less fidgeting, right? But you're not sure what it is he's doing. And then
He's
eventually he suddenly attaches a new bead to his beard.
V reaches behind her, pulls out her lantern, lights it, and just kind of brings it up close to her ears and goes, I see. I see. And she just looks towards the guy who just puts another bead on. I see. And she's just like now trying to make eye contact with him.
What do you want it to happen, Rose?
oh, he's talking to everybody, so he's kind of looking at them all, but you do notice that he looks at you for Twiddlebeard.
Twiddlebeard looks directly at you, eyes catching yours, deep in thought, and you do what?
A small flame just flicks onto V's finger as she goes, the spirits of the damned do not like you.
His response is, well, of course they wouldn't, my child. Do you think of the things I've done to them? But no one else seems to hear it.
As she speaks in a lower tone, they want you dead now.
Do it.
And you do hear him whisper to you quietly that, do it. In a tone that says, I dare you. And he just kind of smiles.
Do it, you want to.
Oh, she does. She absolutely does. And she just closes the lantern, pulls it back behind her, and she goes, in time.
It's a shame.
Urge
Most
the
don't-
static people rising.
It's a shame. They send such weak ones to try and take my life.
Behind you from their crowd, you hear, Pussy!
Basically, that's what Twiddlebeard just did, without saying it quite that way. Saying, it's a shame they send all the weak ones to try and take my life.
I know.
She heard him. She very much heard him.
Making sure. I want to make sure that my mic picked it up, that's all. The dark-skinned elf looks to be and just smirks and goes, I like you. You're interesting. Looks at the others, the drabble. You're different. What's your name?
Wow.
Most don't go and threaten a gnome's life on the street. I like people who have a sense of... Rosie needs the right wording here, I can't think of the wording.
Danger. Right.
Sense of danger.
To me, this place don't have a sense of danger at all.
Her, the lady or the gnome?
Not about this place doesn't have
Oh,
a
place.
sense of danger at
I
all.
heard person, not place.
This place doesn't have even a sense of danger at all.
It knows danger. It hides it very well. And as she talks to you, she's slowly been turning towards you. And you can see that she has not an amber colored eye, but her eyes are golden in a way that it looks like they are made out of gold in the irises. It shines like actual liquid gold. I saw that look out of that ooh out of you.
Cool.
V just like tilts her head towards the eyes, then looks away. Interesting look you got.
Is this your first time meeting a mithril elf?
What?
A mithril elf.
I
He's
can
custom.
safely say I have never met one.
A shame. One of these days I might have to invite you out to our cities. Very few know where they are. Our type are hunted, if you will.
I don't think those two pieces of information would want to be shared with anyone. Oh my. I'm hunted now? Oh, now I'm going to want to hunt me. I think those might have been things you shouldn't have said, Rose.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking in my head now. Well, if you guys been hunted, clear there's a bounty for you. If there's a bounty for you, there's money involved.
Yes, but you have to find the bounty and know where.
Well, if they're being hunted, I'm pretty sure it's kind of one of those public things, or at least semi-public.
Mr.
We will
Actually,
find
give me a
the
history
truth.
check. Give me a history check, V.
You can do it.
So,
So in your travels, you have seen a couple of flyers looking for mithril elves. A couple of them say that they want their magic.
Wanted. Any information on the location or details on yada yada mithril elves, vagrants, wanted for crimes against. Insert that country, insert this country, insert this religion, insert this guy named Phil. No, not sure what she did to Phil, but he's very mad.
Not specifically her, but you remember seeing a couple different images.
Oh, of course, it was always different
various
elves.
types of people. The one thing that seems to be across the board with the mithril elves is they're of a dark chocolate skin for most of them. The occasional one is a pale, almost silvery, but not silver, like a pallid, very pale, whitish skin, and a lot of their hair is either plum purple, like a rich plum purple, or a rich teal green. Sometimes both. I got to introduce you to my elves. I'm happy.
Finally, I was wondering when you were
Finally.
going to.
Right? I was like, yeah,
She's only been drooling over them for months.
Months, you say? Goddamn.
So that's some of them. And they come in groups. If you noticed, they have a look that goes similar to each other.
Well, I say that's a nice little information there. And she just looks back towards the line. She's like, that'll definitely be for a later time. Though, why would people of yourself be hunted? Seems kind of ill-fated.
Well, what other elf race do you know that has purple and teal hair? Or eyes of the gods?
I mean, eyes are only good for looking at, and they have some, as she narrows her eyes, special properties.
Just smiles at you and goes,
You
wow.
to know.
Exactly. She has a look in her face. Says it before she actually says the words of, well, wouldn't
Would you like to know more?
know?
Just curious. Like I said before, ill-fated.
Sadly, when someone has something that another does, they want it, they'll go to great lengths to get it.
Well, if the lens is that great, then they must have some use, but since I have no knowledge of use, which means it's useless to me. And therefore, I care little about it.
A shame.
Now, let's see what I have here. So V reaches to her bag and pulls out that teal mystery box that she received a while ago. I don't know if you remember that, Rose.
I don't.
I think it was from the Fae. It was a mystery box. I guess something with a potion involved. Rings a bell.
I vaguely remember.
When we was buying stuff.
I don't remember this either.
It was from when we was buying potions and they had like this mystery box.
Oh, right, yes,
Oh,
yes.
from
I forgot all about that.
Calico's
Yes,
box.
yes. V is now
Yeah.
going to decide to open it and see what type of potion she ended up getting.
Well, let me go find Calico's info.
Calico.
See, right
She's
now,
a palico from a malico.
I just have to resist the urge to smack a bitch. Even though she really wants to, I'm also looking at my spell list and like, yeah, I have a lot of support healing spells. And I can straight up just like brute force attacking. It's not really the smartest thing to do.
And I'll need the Emporium, specifically. How many potions did you get in there?
I don't know. It was just a mystery box of potions.
I think it was.
Wait, let me roll for these.
I vaguely remember the number 3 from that period. I might be catching it from the wrong thing, but who knows? But also, I absolutely love the fact that why would I care about the mithril elves? Because we have purple hair. Or why would people be hunting you? Because we have purple hair and gold eyes. That's very egotistical of you.
She did not say
No.
gold eyes. She specified something unique.
That's what it came across as to me, though. Because we have purple hair and special eyes.
And we're absolute snobs.
Seriously. So people are hunting you down because you're fucking egotistical narcissists?
Yeah, exactly.
It was that as gold eyes, but the way she said it hints at something deeper.
You catch what I mean, right? It's just like that just came across as we're just the people are after us because we're just better than them.
Specifically, why I mentioned it to V is because of the way it said is the eyes of the gods.
And that sounds very arrogant, especially to a cleric.
I'm a massive douchebag.
Hello.
That's what I hear.
The douchebag douche with the douche.
Actually, give me an Arcana check while I figure out your potions.
Give me D. Are they the same potion or are they all 3?
I got a 1.
That means I can get a reroll on that. Possibly. That is the reroll that shit.
Do it again.
Do over.
16.
That's better.
Alright. So, when she mentions the eyes of the gods, something that most people don't talk about. That is something magical and normally an ingredient in higher level spells and potions. To have the eyes of the gods are the mithril elves species, but a couple of other people throughout the land have been known to occasionally have such eyes, but they are most common in the mithril elf species.
So
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
say
slight
this right now.
clarification on that. I need some
but
slight clarification on that. Sorry, Rose.
I,
Are you saying the mithril elves' eyes are an alchemical ingredient?
that's exactly what she
Yes.
just said. I'm going
Something
to say this
magical
right
about
now.
them that can be used in potions that only their eyes can be, or people with them be used.
I'm gonna just say this now. No one is going to say some shit like that about themselves, knowing they've been hunted, especially if they're an ingredient for a high
I'm
level spell.
DMing giving you hawks!
This is a trap. She has not fallen for it. That's like saying, "Please kill me. Just see what happens." Now that is a trap. She has not fallen for that trap at all.
This is actually, I
LOL.
figured out an example, Rose. I can explain this to you. This is V is Lex Luthor, and Superman just flew down to Lex Luthor, walks up to him, hands him a box, and says, "This is kryptonite. This is the only thing in the universe that can kill me. Oh, and by the way, my real name's Clark Kent."
Right?
Yes, that's a trap.
That's a trap.
Don't trust this Superman because something's not right here. He's a guy. He's about to
Exactly.
kick some ass.
Exactly. Plus, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you got, but if I was a species that was being hunted because a particular part of my body is using a high level spell, I'm
I ain't
probably gonna
telling
be
no
wearing
one.
a. Now, I'm not telling no one. I'm probably gonna be wearing a robe, maybe some type of
Well, she looks like she could pass as a normal
disguise,
high elf. So
or
She doesn't
disguise, but
know
still.
what the eyes are used for. She just knows that they're hunted. She doesn't know why they're hunted.
Yes, but I would not be telling someone that I'm being hunted. Even if I got a
I'm
down on
sorry
my
for
head,
giving
that's one
you a
thing.
fucking plot point that could be used for something else off the top of my head for no reason.
Maybe something like,
I'm giving
bouncing on
you a
my head
big
in the
hug.
city.
I'm giving you a big hug, Rose. Here you go. Have a hug.
It's all good. It's all
You're
good, Russ. I'm
doing
giving you
good.
most of this shit.
Fuck you, Dash.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm just getting you some honest, but no shit at the same time. But no, V 100% believe this is a trap and she is not falling for it. Especially the whole, I gotta take you to my place. You are not finna just bring a random person to a place that you've been hunted. That sounds like
Maybe she
entrapment.
actually likes you.
They barely spoke for an hour. That's
You don't know how their romance system is.
She is a
He's like,
human.
V's like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, and Rotaxis pushing.
Exactly. No, nothing about this screams safe.
I'm in danger.
Especially given how much humans and elves are in general, that really doesn't feel safe.
Alright, so you open your potion thing, and you see one that is a warm golden color, though you don't know what it is, because you've never seen these potions. You
They
see
look fairly
another
new and unique.
that seems to swirl in a couple of different colors. Let me get you a better description than this. Wispy pearlite
rainbow?
liquid that shifts between soft blues, silvers, and violets. And I have pictures for this because I made these a while back. Where's the other one? That's one of them.
Call Power Ranger.
There's the other one.
Just
So,
thinking
the
that,
first one is a warm golden elixir that glows faintly with flickering light, reminiscent of a dying ember in a hearth. And then the last one, if I find it, is a fiery elixir. Nope, that tells you about it, not what it looks like. It is contained in a stout glass vial shaped like a dragon's fang, warmed to the touch. Its color shifts depending on what type of potion it is, because these have various different types of it. Some are crimson red, others are icy blue, so on and so forth. The taste, when people have tasted it, is known to be spicy and invigorating.
How would you know what tasting?
Very informative information. Thank you.
That's even more concerning.
You look at the vial and you're like, that tastes cinnamony. Wait, how do I know that?
How do you know?
It's a fireball, that's why. Anyways.
I
It's a
mean,
liquid
looking at
fireball.
it,
You
it
drink
looks like
it and
a-
you
it
explode.
looks
in
like
it.
a-
That's why
alcohol.
I said it looks like, but she's gonna open it up, looks at these vials, looks at the one she's speaking to and go like, well, these looks very interesting. What do your eyes say about it?
She will say that the wispy one, she'll say, I've seen that one before. That one's a drug. Don't take it unless you want to get heavily addicted. It's known as veil mist. Great for dreaming. Horribly addictive.
Well,
out of character information that basically puts you into a mental coma, but lets you have a really vivid dream, which may or may not be prophetic, or may not be real, and may or may not be life threatening.
she's just
Yes,
gonna.
it can give you lucid dreams. Very
She's
And
just
is
lucid.
gonna
more or
place
less a
that.
one use addiction.
She's gonna definitely place that into her bag and goes like, "Oh, definitely not gonna mess with that one."
She points to the blue and green, the blue and red one, and goes, "That one's known as Dragon's Breath Tonic. That's actually one of my favorites. Depending on the type, and from what it looks like, yours is a mixed type for this one. You get the breath of a dragon, much like the name, for sometimes 10 minutes, depending on who made it.
I believe there's an official potion of that type, basically, but this is a slightly customized version.
This is a customized version. So, above board, it can give you any of the dragon type breaths: fire, cold, acid, lightning, poison, or force.
And you can use it
minutes.
is it usable once or is it usable 3 times? You get 3 breaths or 1 breath?
You get
One breath that you can use within a certain time limit. I'd say give it an hour because minutes, you never know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. That way you can, if you happen to drink it within the next hour, you're like, oh shit, I got to fart really bad. Kaboom!
Or a very bad sneeze. So
Right?
so far, as V puts it back, she's like, so a bad dream drug and a dragon tonic. As she looks at the golden one, and I guess this right here, I'll probably just have to figure out my own.
Well, I've used that one actually myself. I'm surprised the
So
healer.
informative.
She starts looking you up and down by your clothing. Surprised the healer, like you, hasn't run into this potion before.
Well, what can I say? I'm very new to the healing realm.
Ew.
I only took that healing to practice the pain it causes.
Not necessary, but close. As she goes, yes. You can say it's a new occupation of mine.
Well, if this is from the usual person who makes these, sweet little fairy, it should heal for 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
We lost Natasha. Oh, there she is. You've come back. We missed you.
I'm sorry I passed out.
All good, it
Ooh.
happens. But
Said 2d4.
yep. So it's a normal healing potion, but this is unique and it's called the Phoenix Ember Elixir. It can also cure minor ailments. AKA
It is a healing potion and a lesser restoration, or is it a greater restoration?
Lesser. So it's a lesser restoration mixed with a healing potion in one.
If you're attaching it to do with a phoenix, I would also allow it to have one other ability, but I'll mention that to you in private.
I have a feeling I
I
know
do.
what
Well,
that ability is.
I'm about to say anything involving a phoenix usually has 1 or 2 traits.
Yeah,
Phoenix down!
That's what I was thinking. It's
Yeah.
Phoenix down.
Or if you use the Phoenix Summon, it casts fire and a resurrection spell at the same time.
Both fireballs around you resurrects you at full hit points, destroying your old body, but you're fully clothed in your equipment. Going, that is me. I remember that freckle. Wait, I better still have that freckle.
Yes. That's what your potions are. And we're going to leave it at that cliffhanger for the break.
Tis break
After break, we're going to,
Tis time to take
Get back to
a
the rest
break.
of the group to see what they're doing on their way out, I'm guessing, of the city.
Have we stayed here a day or two? Are we done our business? Do we need to do anything else? Is there anyone trying to track us down? Or do we need to do anything weird before we leave?
Not that I
That's
know of,
Are
really.
we, are we meeting?
Alright, welcome back, everybody. That was the wrong screen to do that on. There we go. We are back from our break, from our food and our yums, and
They are.
finishing out what you are doing in your city and moving on to your next city. So, V still has to go deal with her cobalt stuff.
Yes.
And I believe you're going to need to meet up with the rest of your party to go do this.
Yes.
Because we were going to assist in any way that seemed appropriate, so that one person doesn't go down when they get cornered by somebody, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Though if things are done correctly, we shouldn't even be at fault.
Of course not. But
Can't blame him.
he's going to need someone close by to suddenly have us start stuffing pockets and run.
Exactly. Because we'll only get a few minutes once this thing starts going through before we leave town. Because
I'd say Rose, for that, we'd probably get a chance to grab maybe 3 things, right?
Mm.
Each.
3 or 4.
Because this town is going to shatter.
helping give her mental notes for that moment because I'm not sure what she prepared, but this could be assistance.
I didn't.
Even better. More practice. You can do it. I believe in you.
Alright, so, how would you like to do this? You got to meet up with your party first. And
we've caught up around the location that you need us to be. We're not going to move in because that would get more suspicious if suddenly all of us go in at once.
No, but we can absolutely spread out. We go around
we get into positions where we all can see the general layout of that little section. So we can all move when we need to, and we watch you do what you're doing. And then we move in after you give us a signal.
Oh, trust me, the signal will not be missed. However, just on the offset that the creature hobo doesn't eat it, I believe pouring it on him will also have the same effect, if not lessen. So, either way, that's
a good fallback plan. Well, I'm sure you'll be right on it.
Exactly. Now, you guys can slowly start spreading out, and then I will fall in last and meet the culprit.
Back when I was a guard, telling people to spread them was one of my favorite things to do. Moha walks off.
I'm sure it was.
Sorry, I saw Rose putting food in her mouth. I had to say something silly.
That's why I just looked up and shook my head. So, going in separately, you guys see the wonderful...
Oh, we're not all going into the store. We're spreading around the area outside of the store.
Yes.
So, you are in the
only person going in the store is Dash.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Do you want us to roll initiative now for anything so that you have it for when and or if it happens? Or are you good?
We're good. We're gonna Daggerheart this, or attempt to Daggerheart this.
Cool. I believe in you.
All right.
Going around in the general area on the outside, you guys notice that there is across the street the Tinker Gnome. And P, I need you to give me a perception check, because you saw stuff earlier.
We're going for the gnome or going for the kobold?
We're going for the kobold.
Sorry, it was a goblin. Sorry. Damn.
The other guy was a goblin. Yeah.
Yes, the other guy was the goblin.
The party notices the goblin. But what V noticed specifically while she was walking up once her team's in place is that the goblin actually has a specific type of set of beads on him. Which means he has a friend that is very similar that V met earlier.
Or close enough, what one would call a friend.
There's a connection between them somehow. It may be a long straw, but we're grasping at it, damn it.
It's probably that seems to be one of Twiddlebeard's friends for the goblin. Because they're both tinkerers, and the beads look very similar to how Twiddlebeard makes his beads.
Interesting.
And much like the first time, he's tinkering in his workshop for the goblin, doing what he does. And the kobold on the other side is doing what he does, working away.
Suddenly, from the goblin's shop, you hear a cackle. I've done it! Gobble! Fuck!
That's fine. So he's gonna walk over to the kobold carrying this stool as V just walks up with a puzzled look on her face, holding the stool and goes, "Well, I'm a bad souffle." As she goes, "Well, I was trying to deal with your competition over there, and I found this in their possession. They mentioned something about messing with the dumb kobold on the other side with their favorite food." As she just holds up the souffle. Does this ring any bell? I'll wait, Rose. I will say V did pour in the liquid into the souffle. As she just holds up the souffle to the
souffle looks
kobold.
very purple.
Yes.
Souffle? What kind of souffle?
I think it was a
glow bug.
What was it? Glow
beetle or glow bug or glow grub or something.
No, V is actually saying it's like puzzle. Glow bug says something about eating it in front of you to make you mad. I don't know.
Not good, then not good. How do you want this to go, Rose? Eat. Do you want this kobold to suddenly grasp this thing and no, me grasp stuff in face?
Think like a little child and doing the uppies, but the uppie to grab, yoink, and pie in face, and it disappears.
Mad raccoon face.
He would look at him with the most disturbed look. And she goes, well, I see that at least made you happy. I'm gonna go back, continue to try to figure a way to deal with your competition. I just figure you might like that, and hopefully it gives me a little bit of a raise to my payment.
Rose, does that immediately have any effects, or does it take a while to kick in?
I'm assuming it's a while, but
Everybody, give me a perception check, because you guys are on alert, you will get advantage.
Hard Varn Targe.
damn V.
Oops. I don't know how to do the advantage part.
You did it!
Space ADV.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
did it.
You got it.
Oh, it did work.
Alright,
You just got
Jared.
a 1 and a 5, so.
Okay. Thought I did it wrong.
Jared
No, you good.
and
Don't say shit.
Lyra,
Ow.
you notice that the minute he finishes the souffle, disturbing, that across his face, going down, there's black and purple veined lines just going all down his body and growing all through his arms. As V turns to leave, you see him go to lash out at V. And we're gonna roll. Does a 13 hit you?
No. I know for a fact that doesn't hit him.
No, I think that
Okay.
thinks V's is a 17, isn't it?
16 or 17, I believe.
So you see him try to strike at V with the most murderous intent on his eyes. And he's gone from being verbal and nice and interesting to just pure, unadulterated dislike of the world. V sees him swipe at her and then go out past, much like a feral animal, aiming at anything and everything it can. Items, buckets, people, and goes towards
Is there any
the
citizens
goblin's
outside
place.
of this building?
High or low?
I hope. You know all about that, wouldn't you, Rosie?
We don't talk about that on stream.
We don't talk
So
about
yes,
Murdoch.
this area is actually quite crowded. And there are shrieks, there are screams, and his scales start turning a dark purple. That's the liquid stuff that you guys had. As he's slashing and starting to murder random people on the streets.
Okay, I'm going to signal at my teammates with a predetermined sign that I know, because I think I know under the sign language, because that's mostly the only interesting language on the list now.
Really?
But anyways, I try to sign to everyone that we need to figure out what's going on here before we step in. But we might have to act like the heroes.
Don't you just hate it?
Do we have to?
We can't let this get out of hand.
So now that this creature has now ran out and started attacking people, V is just gonna slowly walk out and just wave to the group and just in a quiet motion beckon them to her.
I'm going to follow.
I'm following this
Well,
too.
as a paladin, I think we need to help out outside. At some point, we also need to finish our mission.
That is true.
So once you guys come up to V, V's gonna go. So that right there should give us some time to get whatever we need while that creature is now murdering and killing people. If I probably might just recommend us leaving and just let them deal with it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be way too occupied with this creature's now ravaging people. So we should move pretty fast and get what we need.
All right, let's go.
Do that.
I'm a very
These-
shady paladin.
By the way, did the goblin get either attacked or ran?
He was
After this-
he's heading that way.
There are citizens in the way that are just as munchy.
Well, because she's probably going to check that goblin section later while this creature is ravaging the town. So
Nice,
she's now.
Rosie.
So V is going to go back inside, and the first thing she's going to grab is that. That's pretty accurate, but she's going to first grab that. I think it was like a wand. You said, or a rod. So she's very much going to go grab that rod first. Since
The
that was
wand
a
of
permanent
binding.
thing. Yep.
There you go, guys.
Have a stim pack,
Ah.
motherfucker!
As it lands in your head.
Exactly.
Oh. He vaxed me in the head with a stim pack.
All right, Rose. So what can we grab from here before we bounce out of here?
Well, what kind of things are you guys looking for as players?
Well, V already got one of them. So
The only
Pretty
thing I'm
much.
actively looking for are the things on my wish list.
but they're your good characters, isn't it?
No, I set something up for this one, I think. Maybe I didn't. Never mind.
No, you didn't, because that was the heroes. So I'm guessing they're not much different.
Better armor, some sort of utility magic item. Those are my most key needs.
V is going to be looking for anything that might be the part of the lantern that she saw in her vision. I don't know if you remember that, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
As well as if there's any good potions, spell scrolls, any good gems, especially if there's a diamond in here, because revival costs a diamond.
It does. I'll find one diamond that he's been hiding in a safe.
Hey, Rose, if you want to do a variant of that, instead of it costing diamonds, it could cost a unique magic item that replaces the diamond and has a gold piece value so that you don't have to worry about your players walking into a store and saying, "Can I have 10 diamonds?"
Right.
As you're like, why? You want the gold, don't you? You want to hear the jingle? No, I want to be able to fucking cast a spell.
I'd like to be able to cast my spells.
Oh, is that flavor look?
Very flavorful there.
Something doesn't
Was your lemonade more bitter than normal, or did it make your salad taste funny?
No, I
She's got a
drank
strange look on her face.
Okay, I took a bite of my Caesar salad,
Right?
and while I was chewing the Caesar salad, I took a drink of my root beer, and it somehow turned it not like hot spicy, but like tingle spicy.
Where the hell did you get root beer? I thought you had the pink lemonade.
Questions.
Oh, you're one of those.
Wow.
Weirdo. She bought
Very.
you drinks.
I'm ADHD. I like to have different drink flavors. But they confused me. Oh, this is a nice, calm, easygoing salad. A little bit of Caesar stuff. Take a drink of my fizzy root beer, my Barks root beer, and instead of having its usual Barks bite, it had a pepper bite.
That'd be from the Caesar dressing.
Probably. But it was a stingy, but not hot, but not fizzy. And I was very confused about how did this turn from like salad into stingy pepper in my mouth all of a sudden. What the fuck just happened?
Simple explanation: flavor alchemy.
I agree with Neil on this one.
Not bad. I just was not expecting that. Anyways, alright, so lantern, diamond, one for V. What kind of armor do you have, Neil?
I have adamantine plate, so I don't think there's
so
much
you don't need
I
new
could do
armor.
much better, but I could use a better greatsword. So I'm
Okay.
seeing if there's any specific greatswords that jump out at me.
Yeah, go
in
look at some
the
magic items, guys.
thing.
I'm about to say, so did V actually found a piece of the lantern that she has to forge?
Yes.
Sweet. Piece
I would like to find the boots of cloak of protection if possible.
Boots of Elvenkind.
See.
If I were to get a greatsword, what is my quality limit?
Let's go blue. Because you guys are only level 7, so. Blue is being generous for level 7s.
Blue is accurate for level 7. How about a greatsword of warning?
So what do you need my phone for after, Rose?
Calling my phone insurance. Since I can't call out on my phone.
Are they going to be open when we're done?
They should.
It is Sunday.
I believe they're 24 hours.
Might be an automated system that says, please call back within our normal business hours. Thank you for holding for 62 days.
You should still be under warranty. You just got that phone not that long ago.
I've had that phone longer than you had yours. I had to figure out what my pay yearly for it. Start a claim. I might have to call for it, but go back to.
I'm looking for the magic items.
We're searching.
I can't wait to see what Zizi's had to say when she hears about this.
What do you mean I didn't get loot? Okay, I would assume she gets to pick something too.
She does.
La, la.
I'll have to call him. That's fine. So, Kyle, what kind of stuff do you want for magic items?
Sorry about that, Rosie. I was talking to answer quick. What'd you say?
Magic item upgrade for Retaxos. What do you want?
$1 million in small unmarked bills.
That's for me.
Hey,
Just kidding.
how about a small satchel that you can attach to your hip? You can reach into it and pull out whatever kind of food that you're craving at the moment, and it will be work for a meal for that particular day, moment, or whatever it is, so that you could always be the Jughead type character that just put munching on things whenever.
That'd be cool. That sounds good.
It's a flavor item, but there you go, Rose. I don't know, I just envisioned the monk character just always munching on an apple that no one knows where he keeps getting.
There we go. I'm a little harder to hit now. Because cloak of protection.
You wanted a better sword, hun, so
I'm
Did you find
thinking possibly an Inspelled Greatsword of Haste. Basically, 6 times a day I can use Haste, which gives me an extra attack, which can be used for 1 attack, dash, disengage, hide, or utilize, in addition to your normal stuff.
Very
Basically
handy.
gives me an extra attack and a little bit better armor class.
Makes sense. Isn't Jaren the one with 18, or is that Kai?
I has 22. Jaren has
Okay.
18.
So I was like, one of them has the 22. I just couldn't remember if it was Kai or Jaren.
Well, give me a couple minutes. I could get it so that they're both the same.
I'm sure. Anything else that you guys want for Roxas or Jaren? You have one more item.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head that jumps out at me that I'm like, I need this now.
We could save that for later, and you guys can go through the lists.
I'll put something on my wish list.
Alright, so, getting this stuff, V and everybody else, what are you looking for at the Goblin's place, specifically? Because he's an alchemist.
Oh,
All right.
honestly,
What went
Tinkerer.
down at the Goblin's place? We haven't seen what happened there yet.
That's fair.
I was gonna say some.
Alchemist fire?
Alchemist type stuff. Potions would probably be easier to grab, so pretty sure I have a bag of holding. Let me quickly check.
I'm guessing?
Grab a bunch. Hopefully not break any of them. I don't have a bag of holding. In the other store, I want a bag of holding.
Sure.
Give me a bag of holding, fucker.
Does everybody want a bag of holding?
Yes.
Out of pocket dimension.
Don't
bag of
jump into
holding.
each other's bag of holdings.
You'll never get out.
You'll
As
kill
the
us all. It's a great way to get to another dimension.
It's also a great way to cause a
Yeah.
If anybody outside of Tasha knows that reference, I'll be very happy.
What was the reference again?
Explosion array.
Sounds like a Sailor Moon reference.
Nope.
No, that wouldn't be Sailor Moon.
I know it wouldn't be, but it sounds like.
Maybe.
It is an anime. So you can each have 5 potions. I'll grab a potion list later and post it so you can grab a bunch of potions later.
Perfect.
Alright, I'm gonna grab 5 Heelys.
Like I said, V's just grabbing Alchemist Fire. And V's just gonna look to her party as they're grabbing this and go like, so, in favor of either helping the town or just leaving the town to its own demise.
Before we get that far, I'm gonna do a description. So,
Oh no.
I just wanted to know what you guys wanted. So, walking in, once you're done with the kobolds thing, walking in, you see that there was very much a fight. And that there's very much a dead goblin, or what you think is a goblin. A lot of question mark in that statement, because what it looks like is Rotar shredded and spread around the store as if this was going to be made into a deathbed for the crazy kobold to come back to. Or like
Turned it into a nest.
Yes. There are things strewn about, made into a nest in the corner, and broken wood, chairs everywhere. It is utter chaos and gray matter and many other matters around on everything. With a
There's
giant pool of
Gobbler
blood
over-
in the middle.
Jaron's
Goblin
gonna
over
look
here.
and point and say, hey, look, I think that's an eyeball.
No, I was trying to make it funny. Have you seen the goblin? Yeah, he's
Up there? Wait, how did he get up there?
You don't want to know.
Want to know.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That is accurate. So yes, that is what you walk into seeing. Now, V says...
So V pretty much says, so what do you guys want to vote on? Helping this town or should we leave it to its demise?
Now, normally one of my profession would say we help this town, but this is a city of thieves and I was a town's guard. I know they can deal with this on their own, and I'm sure their equivalent of the police will be here soon. Do we want to stick around and see which end of this they put us on?
Agreed. So by all means, let's get out of here.
I'm going with the herd on this.
Tasha, what would you like to do? Stay and find out, or leave the city?
Did you attempt to grab anyone's court or soul when they died?
Before she leaves, she's snatching souls like snatching weaves.
Grandak is very happy right now.
All right. She got 13 souls.
Ooh, that's a perfectly lucky number, 13.
Alright,
I
so
love
you're getting
lucky number
souls,
13.
and are you staying to see what happens, or are you fleeing west?
Leaving.
I think we
Alright.
should leave.
And
Yes.
Kyle.
Dipping out.
All
Alright.
right.
GTFO.
GTFO, bitches! So, I have to ask, do you leave quickly? Do you leave slowly? Or do you just...
I casually walk out of the location that I'm in, and I keep just moving like it's an everyday event. Other than the fact that if I was close enough to the carnage, I may act like I'm a little shocked and distressed, and I'd be like, "Oh shit, I'm out of here."
I'm
You
just
know what I
walking
mean?
out. I did shopping.
V, however, will rush out. She is running for her life.
And you're on Texas, how are you walking out?
Just like not super fast, but it looks like I'm in a bit of a rush, but not like a rush. Faster walk.
A hustle, one might say.
Alright. Lyra, Jaren, and Retoxis.
Wow.
No, we're being targeted.
Give me...
Oh no. I didn't do it.
I need to find the spell. Give me a second. I need to find the spell. Wisdom saves, please.
Wisdom, you say?
Everybody except for V. Give me a wisdom save.
Is this wise of us? 16.
14.
15 full retaxes.
You guys
15.
all pass. As you see, your one teammate, book it. She's running for her life. Much like the rest of the city is doing right now, because everything's being attacked. Guards come up to you and go, halt! And at least 3 of them try to cast a spell on you. All of you pass.
I put a spell on you because you're mine.
Fine.
Almost put under a hold person. Because you're casually walking out of a situation where everybody's being murdered and terrified.
I was a town guardsman. I'm very calm. What can I say? I'm sorry.
See, you have an excuse, the other 2 party members don't. So yes, guards will come up to you and go, halt! Why are you casually walking away?
Are we together because we were separated before? So these are different guards, right?
Is it you walked out as a group?
Argos.
Technically,
I'm calm because I'm a sadist and I enjoy this.
I'm good at calming down my friends, is what can I say? And we are trying to keep calm because we saw that thing that was just here go that way. And he points in the direction that presumably the thing went.
Where the most carnage is.
Yes. So we're moving this way in an orderly fashion because once you fall to disorder, things go to disarray, and that's when the shit happens. And he points back towards the carnage.
Argos what he says, but I'm also a sadist, so this is kind of low-key hot for me.
This is her thing, but we keep her around for other reasons. Don't worry.
Like, the fuck is wrong with you? To Lyra. And Retaxis, is there anything you would like to put in?
Not really.
You're like, I got nothing else to add. Productive. Thank you, officer, for questioning us today and doing a good duty.
Persuasion check, Neil.
Do I get advantage?
Your party's not helping you, so no.
You don't think that was just helping? It wasn't helping me. They all just answered the same questions.
Fine, I guess. I'll be nice.
Trust me. I don't know why it didn't work, but I guess I'll just roll it again. Fine. See, I needed the advantage.
Yep.
I still don't think I got anything.
And 3 for the 3 guards that approached you that had cast a spell on you.
They have to fail against my bullshit check.
2 of them believe you. One of them goes, and he seems to be a little bit higher ranked than the other 2, and goes, lock them up and put them in jail.
Fuck you!
Doesn't say why. We just have locked them up.
And what the fuck did we do?
We literally didn't do
And I
anything.
say, as opposed to locking us up without putting us in jail? No, I'm not saying.
I don't think so.
Let's just go with them for now.
So you get slapped in the handcuffs. Your cleric is nowhere to be seen.
Of course not.
Lyra, when the handcuffs get slapped on Lyra, she does that thing where when the minute she holds her hands, basically loosen the handcuffs so she can slip out later.
Doing the
she positions her hands in an ease of escape positioning that is less than noticeable.
Exactly.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Let's say sleight of
see if
hands,
they notice it.
All right. Nope. I don't think they do.
No.
It's not nothing.
They come close. They got a 20. a dirty 20. You came close.
Lyra has been arrested a few times. She learned tricks.
Alright, so you guys are led off to a different district with 3 guards keeping an eye on you while making you avoid most of the carnage. Let me see what district of the city that would be in. Nope. You're going to the Needle's Crown.
Alright.
It is reachable via bridges and lift cages. And it is where the Council of Masks, aka the leaders of the city, are. And also where the highest built dungeons are. Because this is where you don't get out of here easily, people go. In a city full of thieves.
I may have misjudged the moment. Damn it.
So, V, running out away from them, you do notice that they seem to be calmly walking out and get the massive guards going, hold! And as 3 of them approach them, and then suddenly your teammates are being led off in cuffs.
V pulls onto her heels, look back, and I'm pretty sure she still believes that there are other people who probably will see her if she decides to turn around. So
Other than to
she's
look
gonna,
at people.
so she's going to run, and she is going to, because now her party members are in a situation, and she has to play ball with her party because they helped her out a little bit. So V's going to cast
Okay.
greater invisibility on herself, then use her heels to cast flight and take off in the air. Hopefully they won't see her go off into the air. And since greater invisibility only lasts for 1 minute, she should be up in the air high enough that when it drops, they won't be able to see her. And she better follow her team from there.
So, I like your logic for the simple fact of there's one thing that most creatures don't do unless they are already a flyable type. People have a bad habit of not
Looking up.
Yep.
This multiple times also.
All kinds
Yeah.
of movies, man.
Yes. So that is exactly what Vito says. She goes invisible so they can't see her take off in the air, because obviously not a lot of people expect her to fly. And using her boots of flight, she is now in the air stealthily. Well, let me just do a little stealth roll to make sure that if any creature does look up, they won't see her. 18. Good enough.
That's solid. Alright, so following your party, you get taken to the Needle's Crown, where it's a place that has very rickety, well not rickety, but the drawbridges, not the ones that do this. How do I explain them?
Rope bridge.
Rope
A
bridges.
suspension bridge.
Thank you. Suspension. And most people wouldn't go down on that way. That's the people that have to try and find the Needle's Crown higher-ups. Most of them, it's like a hover cage thing to get in there, and the guards have them in the, essentially, gondolas that are going across the big-ass ravine. And the city, the district that is there is the rich, the spoiled, the royal, if you will.
Believe they're above everyone else. Literally.
Yes. Yup. And in the middle is a giant ass spire that just screams, "Steal from me!" You remember that, I think it was Assassin's Creed game Ezio, where he had to climb up the thing and his dad's in the top of the tower?
Yeah.
No.
So in one,
Only
You don't
played
remember
Black-
that, or no, you don't want to
Only
do
played Black Flag.
this was in,
that? For one of the originals.
I'm not going to tell you what happens, but his dad gets arrested for something. But it's a big ass tower. There's guards here, the guards up there. You have to go find a way to climb up the thing to go talk to your dad. That is the spire.
And then you jump
that is
off,
the
don't you?
prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
You jump off as
Like everything else in
that.
Assassin's Creed, you jump off of it at least once in it.
That.
So
Well,
that
this
is
that's
where
great if you didn't.
the party is being taken. It's a giant spire of dungeonitude that we get to see in full. Dungeonitude.
Dungeon 2.
Dungeon.
All right. Loving the word.
And you guys get led inside. It is, I think you've done a couple dungeons with this group. Yes. You guys recognize the stone? It is a black obsidian stone that is usually done in the mines. Dwarves usually bring it up and make things out of it. And in fact, this looks to be dwarven architecture. Very well made, very sturdy. And for those like Tasha, because it's a city full of Tasha, there's arcane locks on everything.
Damn it.
As you get
So
thrown,
much for that idea.
you get thrown
Yep.
in a cell together.
For what? We didn't do anything.
We were too
This is
questioning.
calm.
bullshit.
It's for
Questioning for later.
Oh,
I saw that fuck off.
I fully
Kyle's
expected this.
calling
But
bullshit
goddamn.
on that. He's like, it's bullshit, Rose!
You can't
Fuck
just
you!
kidnap people for no reason, Rosie. Nice try.
Very suspicious
mean-
enough. That's why I specified V as running for her life, because I figured Rose was gonna do some BS.
This is why I specifically asked, how are you walking or how are you leaving the area?
How are you getting arrested for walking slow?
So picture
Know someone in real life who got arrested for walking too slow because they were walking too slow apparently, and the person or somebody called the cops on them, and it was thought they were drunk, and it turned out they were having some sort of stroke type thing.
it's also a thing where it's like there's stuff going on around you. Everybody's running for life, and then you just had a small group of people walking normally out. Like, what did you guys fucking? You're looking suspicious
It
now.
looks suspicious when you're walking normally and everyone else is like, and everybody's going, run for your lives, and you guys just like, oh, that looks sauce as fuck.
When you're a sadist or one of those
mean,
people that
they don't know
don't show emotions,
They don't
I'm
know
gonna go
that.
with- exactly.
The people who just put you guys into the cells do not know that. Right now, they have a raging, upset creature. People who's walking by calmly. You got one person who said they're a sadist and enjoying it. I don't know. That does not add up together correctly.
And a guard
You know
who
what I mean?
lied. And a guard who lied and they got caught in the lie.
But we
That's
literally
why
didn't
it
do
adds
anything.
up
We're
to,
just
we're gonna question
V
you
absolutely did
later.
it.
Right now we have an issue to deal with, but for now, we need you somewhere that we can question you later.
Exactly.
This is the part where I boot fuck the door in. Fuck your arcane lock.
Karate
Yeah.
kick.
But yeah, it's made out of obsidian, thick.
It would shatter.
Not like these stuff, like words.
It is a very strong metal. You can attempt to kick it. Go ahead. Roll an attack roll.
damn it. I do not have that spell.
Everyone died.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Nobody's talking. What happened?
Kyle's thing froze.
No, I can
Right
see him.
here.
Can you
Having
roll
a
me
bit
an
of an
attack
issue
roll
right
there, Kyle?
1 second.
Thank you.
My
That's
thing
some
got
check your
closed. I gotta
messages.
find my sheet here.
I was trying
Not
to help
open
Rose.
all of them. 1 second, Rosie.
No worries.
I thought Discord was having another shit.
Oh no, it's not Discord doing it. It's D&D Beyond.
Ah,
Oh, interesting. So V is gonna probably hang out by the walls of the cell when the guards throw them in there. Can V look inside the cell, or is it just one of those no windowless cell rooms?
Oh no, you can see through it. There are heavy wrought iron, hun, would probably be the strong.
Steel. I would say some
Steel.
sort of steel bars. They're reinforced into the ceilings, which is reinforced into here. It looks like the ceilings and floors might have some sort of reinforcements built into them to make it so that someone couldn't just dig through the floor to get out.
They've accounted for
it-
kobolds and for wizards and other stuff.
Maybe
Like-
not fully for wizards because there are a lot of spells out there, but it looks
Fair.
like it would be take a
They
good
counted for the
amount of
basic
effort
idea
to
of
pull
what
these
could
things
happen.
apart. The lock on the door is a reinforced metal known as obsidium. It's known to be stronger than, it's said to be stronger than adamantine, but no one's ever proven or disproven this fact.
No one's had to.
Exactly.
Alright, so you line up to kick it with a 10 and manage to feel a reverberation on it. As Neil said, this stuff is heavily reinforced steel and obsidian that you're currently locked in.
All did that just so Rose would have a problem pronouncing it every time.
No, it's just a case of I was trying to make sure I said it right. But yes, obsidian.
Because it
You
was
said obsidian the first time.
obsidian, which would be basically glass rock. That door should shatter.
Exactly.
Well,
This is
when I
made
think
of
of
obsidian.
obsidian-
I
think of
thought you said
obsidian.
obsidian.
Yes.
Dragon
well,
glass.
originally I had, but when I think of obsidian, I think of obsidian towers where you try
We
to do
found
this. It doesn't
material
break.
in a previous adventure that was made out of an obsidian material. That's what she was going for, but instead of saying obsidian-like material, she just called it obsidian. I was helping her
Okay.
correct that with calling it
Okay.
obsidium. It's a very strong material, but you still have a chance of kicking the shit out of it.
The
You said-
10 that would not go through it.
Had to find out.
Makes
Exactly.
sense.
Never hurts to try.
So
Well,
you just
sometimes it does
run,
hurt, but recuperation
and you're like,
afterwards.
and that shark punch it, and it goes through your arm shutter all the way up.
Well,
It's like, ah!
I think it would have been more of a kick than a punch. You won't want to punch something like that. That's going to hurt. You kick it, it's smarter. And Retaxis does seem to use his feet most.
Yes.
Fair. So yes, same idea. You kick it and you get like that reverberation up your leg.
That vibe up your leg and just like, oh, that didn't feel very good
for
at
the
all.
record, for anybody who has never had that feeling, the worst fucking feeling in the world, I find. Gosh dang, when that happened, unpleasant.
One thing to ask, are we in the same cell or are we in separate cells?
Together. I said that the three of you are together.
Did they take any of our belongings?
You think they're that dumb not to?
You didn't clarify prior.
You didn't clarify.
You did not.
Yes.
So I'm asking now for clarification.
There. You're together and they have
did they take our stuff?
They've taken your items.
We're basically down to our skivvies. Everyone's wearing long johns or something.
Hey, in my defense, Kyle, this is the first time I've done somebody gets arrested in a dungeon and having to have a dungeon scene ever that I can recall.
I'm just trying to verify where we are. So right now, we're all in a room with a naked Minotaur, a monk that might be naked also, and Lyra.
Also
Lyra, you get to have all the wonderful shows of the nakedness.
That's why she stared at the fucking floor.
She's like, oh, I hate this. I hate you all.
She's like, I look to my right and there's cow cock. I look to my left and there's dragon cock. Hello, floor.
Balls to the left of me, balls to the right of me. Here I am, stuck in the middle with jewels.
And then you guys get a nice shot of her.
Coochie.
And
if it makes you feel better, the Minotaur doesn't seem all that interested.
And she is very well endowed on the titty area, so
nice.
We're Rose says we're in common clothes, basically.
They gave us some rags to wear. That she doesn't want us to be naked. She's like, damn it, they can't be naked. This is wrong. We've got the raggedy type clothes, tops, bottoms, whatever.
Yep.
The Minotaur is bare chested, but his cock is not hanging out at this moment. We've lost the Rose, so we're being silly.
Straight to the bathroom.
So we're being silly. We can't hear her at all because she's far away.
She tells us to role play.
That's what we were doing. Then she yelled at us.
Yeah.
So basically, while standing there, because Lyra did the whole, I held my hand so I could
blasting.
The whole. I slipped my hands out of the handcuffs because of how I had my hands.
I would allow you to do a sleight of hands check.
All right. At advantage?
I would say
yes. You set yourself up to be prepared for this. I'd say yes, you have advantage on this one.
Exactly. I agree.
28.
There you go.
Cuffs.
Very nice. You slip out of those things. They weren't even sealed. You relax your wrists the way you were holding them, and it just comes loose around them. And you dislocate your hands just right, pull them through, relocate them with a flick of your fingers. There's a little pop sound. The Minotaur seems to like twitch for a second, but you're not sure. And you're like...
You see Retaxis lean over and, how'd you do that?
She goes, I was born into a family of rogues. No cuffs can hold me.
I see that.
Very useful. I seem to have met a few people with that capabilities. Maybe they're related.
You're not to teach me that trick.
She goes, of course. And then she'll pull a bobby pin out of her hair.
I love this already.
And then she goes, they never check.
Nope.
It's a hair accessory.
And then she'll go over and start picking Texas's handcuffs lock.
Right. Another sleight of hands. You have a tool.
It's
not quite advantage, but...
It's a makeshift tool.
For her, it's the sleight of hands to try to pick your lock.
I had to roll one, too.
If you want to roll the sleight of hands to try to escape it before she picks him, you can.
So straight sleight of hand or advantage?
You've practiced in this. I'm going to give you advantage. This isn't a regular bobby pin. This is a special Thieves tool bobby pin you had made when you were younger.
18.
Ooh, I got a 20.
Oh,
I got loose. We both,
You,
with her help,
you
I got free.
it just a split second after Retaxis was like, "Oh, I think I understood that maneuver." As he relaxed his arms just right and folds his hands out as you unlock it,
So
And then
she
she'll
unlocks
go,
one hand, and I get the other hand
and you
free.
slip out of the other.
and then she'll
Oh.
go over to Cowboy and do the same.
He holds his arms out for you.
Oh wow!
Lock
Very
or lock?
nice.
What lock?
They slip off.
Much better. Okay, from now on, Tasha rolls all sleight of hand checks.
And then Lyra takes
2018 and a 28. Holy shit!
right, and then Lyra takes the black bobby pin and sticks it into the black part of her hair.
Where no one would ever
Hides
see
it
it.
again.
Exactly. Unless you're squinting
Fingers
and
through her hair or some shit.
yes.
Unless they shave your head at the beginning of the dungeon, which I hope they
That
don't.
would suck.
That would
Zing!
suck, that
God
would
damn
suck.
it! Now I have to grow it back. That
Mhm.
took me 20 years. I'm not an elf.
And then she goes, "Now, how do we get out of this?" And she'll knock on the door.
You knock on it.
Yes.
It's a barred door, so you don't really need to knock on it. But it's like
Yeah.
ting ting.
Rose says for V to do a perception.
V.
V is doing a perception.
As no,
Because
just
V is watching through the windows, by the way. She got a 1.
Natural 1. Roll it, Rose. Roll it.
That's a nat 20 on the dice. You succeed. Instead of re-rolling it, I was gonna say yes, you succeed.
I'm going to say,
Because
and,
nat 20.
and you succeeded. And what else happened?
So as you succeeded trying to find the party, you see Lyra just going click, and they're locked in there with magic. They're kind of screwed. What do you say?
V is going to speak through the cells and go, I see you all. You're kind of stuck in a tight space.
yes, we would like help.
If I'm familiar with this model of cell, there should be a lever somewhere outside in the hall. Might affect just the cell, or maybe it's all of the cells. I can't remember. I think I might have had a tour of this place once, but it's been a while.
Well, how should we get you all out of here then? Because I'm pretty sure once you break out, we are not going to be able to come back here. I'm pretty sure that's fair to say.
Seems likely.
Just making sure we're on the same page here. Yeah. Any ideas how you guys want to do so?
Quietly, fast.
Disable the door, run out the wall, fly
Find
away.
our,
I don't know.
find our shit.
Grab our
Where's
stuff.
our birds? Get our stuff, get our birds, get the fuck out of here, and move on to the next town. Where were we going? Kindria? We better move before these people, I don't know what they're going to do to us, but they want to do it soon.
Indeed, they do.
Fair enough. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, goddamn bladder. I'll be back.
Alright, so, how would you guys like to go about finding it? You know that there's a lever, and that it's magic. The V wants to know how you guys are doing this, probably fast and quick, and like Jaren said, birds, which you guys can call your birds to you.
And first, I should get them out of this area. And sadly, V has nothing in terms of spells that's going to get them out of there. No temptations, nothing.
Disguise kit?
So he's gonna have to find the lever or whatever opens the door.
And V's on the outside.
So how is V gonna try to get inside?
Well, she already used her greater invisibility, so she can't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Not for a while, at least. And the guards are currently dealing with some stuff, but it doesn't mean there's no guards on the inside.
Yes, well, guards in the other area, there's been, from what you saw flying over, there's an increase of most of them in that spot, because, like it said, the rules in the Whisper Vaults is nobody dies there, and well, there's a lot dying there, so there's an increase of guards there, which means a lack of guards in other places. There are still probably guards in the cell area, because I'd be stupid to leave it barren, but it is a reduced guard.
Well, she's going to go to the front door now.
Is she?
Yeah, she's going to go to the front door. So V is going to come through the door looking panicked, afraid. She gets up here a little bit and goes like, I need help. Someone help me, please.
Yeah. Another D20 goes to the floor.
Wait.
They'll go, what happened, miss? You look injured.
It's not me. I was just trying to heal people, help them up as she shows them her clerical amulet. And then I got attacked again. I think there's some more people out up in the, as she just points in the direction of the creature, that's fallen to the creature, and I can't heal them anymore. I saw you guys bringing someone in here. They look like they might need healing as well.
Does the disease that
Give me
struck this victim and turned him into a beast,
Give me
struck this victim and turned him into a beast, is it contagious? Could it make people act like they casually are walking out of a dangerous situation instead of fleeing in terror?
Give me a persuasion check.
Damn it. You know what? I'm gonna use her. Let me just make sure I have it because I'm pretty sure it's a human. Nope.
You should have your thing because you had a long rest, so yes.
So
You
what?
roll that with the inspiration. Wow.
It's
Okay,
not
guys.
loading for me. Did I misspell that?
You got a nat 1.
Wow. That sucks.
And what?
Goddamn. They do
Go
not
ahead-
want V to
go
pass
ahead
this.
and
Wow. They
Bullshit.
want V to pass this. This is.
Bullshit.
Hey,
then
I'm
roll
trying.
again.
I'm gonna
trying.
roller tell you the roller is hexed, man. Bullshit. There's no way.
This is the
Wow.
dice god saying you guys shall not pass.
This is a very bad sign. Look, I'm not even in that conversation and I failed.
I
Oh,
do
look
a
at
perception check
perception.
for shit.
So your taxes
And like
was okay.
me-
So I think what happened today, bro, is the roller gave everybody's good rolls to you and took your bad rolls and gave it to everybody else.
For once.
Alright. So they look at you suspiciously, and with them getting a higher roll to see through, aka insight, they know that you're not telling the truth. Not entirely. And they'll go, why are you trying to lie to get in here? What is your angle?
He looks at them, sighs, and goes, I'm a coward. I don't want to be out there killing people. As she just kind of looks at, I'm not fit for combat. That creature would tear me to shreds. I just want someplace to be safe.
Every
Nice.
character looks to the cleric with heavy armor!
Again.
I'm not much of a fighter. I wear this for
Heavy armor.
show. It keeps things away from you. You'd be so surprised. Monster shows up and sees that guy's wearing metal. It's not going to taste good. He sees this guy over here wearing leather. Adds a little bit of crunch.
As she goes, I'm supposed to be a back alley cleric, and this thing's tearing up the town. Could I just stay in here?
You got persuasion advantage, sir.
Oh my god!
I swear, if this right here fails again, I'm throwing my keyboard across the room. There we
There
go.
you go.
Finally.
Or a 15 if it had not been an advantage.
Alright, so they just kind of look at you, look at your armor, look at you, and you're a very strange cleric. But I can understand that not everybody is a front line type and wear armor to keep themselves safe. We have a newbie that's learning how to be a frontliner, and it's much like you, a coward.
She just
I sup-
shrugs. Oh, I'm about to say, she just comes and go like, I know, it's to prevent backstabs. That's mostly what this is for.
I think that's not a bad play. Well, we can let you stay in here for a little while, but don't go too far.
Understandable.
And they will let you in and leave the general area.
Sweet. Now let's see if the dice is gonna love me. They probably won't, but she's gonna see if she can sneak away. Nope. She out there just trying to like walk away.
It liked
Clank,
me
clank.
even less with a 1 for me, so yes, you managed to sneak away because they're a little occupied.
So she is gonna make her way towards where her party members are. Jailbreak time. Absolutely.
And jailbreak will be next session because it is time to do the ending stuff.
Alright. I guess we can either go ahead and open the cage to allow them to start getting out of here, or we can just leave it there.
We're going to leave it there and see what happens next time. Because
Find
it is
out
still
next
next
week
time.
what will happen with our exciting party. Will we open the door? Will we be reprimanded for being complete and utter morons and not fleeing like normal people? Will there be cookies? Find out next time.
I vote on the cookies.
Alright, so we're going to start with Dash, as she was last to get in her intros. What was your favorite part?
Definitely making that kobold go crazy.
He
Definitely.
ate his enemy. I can't
Though
be more proud of him.
V is definitely going to be trying looking for the body of that other guy as well. If he's not dead, then she'll definitely be making a visit back to the town later on for that.
So you want the body of the kobold?
Not the
Goblin.
kobold, not the goblin, but the friend of the
Oh,
goblin.
the gnome? Yes.
She's just racking up a list. I want this person dead. I want this person dead. I might make this person my slave. I haven't decided yet. Type of list.
Fair. And improvements.
We didn't do anything that requires improvements today, so no.
Who are you handing it off to?
Let's go to Tasha since she fell asleep on us.
My favorite moment is thinking like a rogue, bobby
You got
pin in
to
the
think
hair,
rogue.
because town guards don't ever think to give female rogues the full pat down.
Well, and in this day and age, can you really get accused of something and you could ruin your career?
Improvements?
Think about the idea of inappropriate touching, man.
It's true. No improvements.
Alright, who are you picking on?
I'm gonna pick on Neil.
All right. Well, my favorite part was that I paid attention to most of it and have an idea of what happened.
That's an achievement and then some.
No, it was actually fun. We did some interesting things. Wasn't too action impact addicted or anything like that today, but doesn't need to be every time, right? I thought it was great. My improvements are practice your improv as usual. But you're doing good. You're doing awesome. I think you did great today.
For the record, what I had for this session was it's the city of thieves. Events? Nothing. Next
Events?
city?
Oh, shit.
Daggerheart Bay. Potential other things to a
She
different
wanted
city.
us to leave, but she forgot that there was one or two things that we wanted to do before we left, so...
But there was, you can go to this city. That was my plan. That was it. Get you to one of the two cities, or get you on the way to one of the two cities. That was my plan for the day. That was it.
You accomplished your goal. You succeeded, because we're going to GTFO.
Yes. I had nothing else planned. I shit you
Yeah,
not.
you
I told this to Neil that I had rumors planned to get you to one of the cities, and I had food planned.
Totally
So,
worked
yes.
out.
Most of it was
And
improv
next
today.
would be... Is there anyone next?
Kyle, last but not least.
Yes. Kyle, you could go.
Sorry about that. Everybody had a yawn there for a sec.
Oh,
How dare you?
No, it was a long
So,
yawn.
what was your favorite part, Kyle?
I don't like being arrested for walking down the street slowly.
Too real, right?
Well, to be fair, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You got arrested for walking slow.
You're walking too fast. The excuse is whatever the excuse needs to be. It could be you're walking too slow. It could be you're walking too fast. It could be you bumped into me. You bumped into that guy over there. You pulled a knife on someone. I don't have a knife on me.
You do now.
Exactly.
No, you can't frisk me. No, where'd that knife come from? I've never seen it in my life.
I have a dart.
Light of hand.
That's about it. Like I have my Kisurigama and a little like dart, but I don't have a knife on me.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd have to check my sheet. But your descriptions are really awesome on all your food items. I like how you had pictures for everything with a actual menu description. Not this is what it is. That's top notch. That you take that detail.
By the way, Kyle,
Because-
she absolutely loves doing those ones. That's one of her favorite things to create, which is why she actually has 7 or 8 menus in the background that haven't been used that she just either got scared to use at the moment or forgot to.
We're saving them for something.
Or
Wait,
we
those
just
are-
didn't go down that particular road at that
No, because you have to have multiple plans going. But that was good. I think the food was the best part. That stuff you had, the candy stuff, really did look like licorice.
It did.
It does.
But
I want
the
some
actual
now.
food pictures look top notch. You could eat that.
I try very hard when I get a picture and it's like, oh, this is the mic. Make it semi-realistic. Gives me a cartoon. I said semi-fucking-real-fucking-listic. I see
Yeah, I
that
was
you're
listening
angry
to
at
her
me.
one day modifying them, and she started verbally swearing at the computer.
That's great.
You learned that from me.
Yep. I was swearing at the computer as I'm typing that exactly. I'm like, semi-fucking-realistic. He's like, are you angry? I'm like, what do you fucking think?
Answer is no. You're not angry enough.
I'm not angry. I'm just upset.
And then ChatGPT for the pictures was like, I noticed that you're upset. My apologies for having you be upset at this. Let me make this right. Continues to make it wrong.
Right?
I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful.
So improvements. Yeah, how?
Any improvement?
No real employment. Said
More food, more descriptions.
yes, actually.
I'm glad to know that that's what you like. I will make more of that because I
Well-
enjoy that.
We need a Kung Fu Panda Fight Club. What it is you enter this eating competition, and after you've eaten 5 courses of the meal, you get into a sumo ring, and you have to be the last man standing out of 7 people who've also done the same thing. The thing is, some of the food in the competition is magical and does things like gives you a dragon breath attack for 2 attacks, or something like that. And you just
That'd
sit
be
there and you
fun.
fight each other off the middle of it. And the monk is sitting there, and it's
That
like,
would be
wait, can I
fun.
use my normal dragon's breath? And they're like, yes. And you're like, fuck it!
Now I get 2. That would be fun.
This one's great.
Grape flavor. Grape
Nice
or
sumo
purple?
food.
Yes. Grape or purple.
It
But no,
tastes
yeah.
like purple.
No real upgrade.
Awesome.
I love that Dash took that purple stuff and it's like, I'm just going to find some random guy and just go, here you go. Now I'm just going to stand back and watch what happens.
Interesting. This is an
Say hi to
interesting
Mom!
outcome. And he attempted to kill his friend and succeeded. Very interesting. By
My
friend, I
favorite
mean
part, I say, was the arresting, but not because of the arrest part, but because of the halt, stop, Skyrim style.
Damn you, old Elder Scrolls games guards.
Yes, I'm surprised none of you got the reference when I did it at all, because at least
Skyrim.
I got
was
the
thinking
reference.
Skyrim.
I just wasn't saying nothing.
I was waiting for one of them to walk up. Did somebody steal your sweet roll?
I didn't know.
Something
Until I
about
took
taking
an arrow in the knee.
which means you got married.
I took an arrow to the knee when I was your age.
Sounds so brutal until I found out he took a wife.
Well, depends on his wife. Maybe he just doesn't have time to go out and adventuring in the world. He's like, wait, no, I want to go home to that lovin'.
I
mean-
maybe.
She keeps me at home, man.
Alright, well that is our session for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to check out all of our stuff for anything that we have done for previous stuff, it is on our YouTube at Sarelt, Sarelth, and we post videos there 4 times a week, 1 per every session that we do every 2 weeks.
Rosie,
Well, technically, currently it's split up into
Dimension
smaller
Twitch.
pieces for the one episode, but I'm
Yes.
trying something new where I'm piecing the episodes back into one long video because I feel it's annoying to have to watch 4 weeks to get one episode.
fair.
So I'm
And what
making
were
it
you saying,
long form videos from this point forward, or I'm going to try to.
You didn't mention you're streaming on Twitch as well.
He's a Twitcher.
Stream Twitch,
So am I.
which is where most of our D&D stuff is. Then we have my Twitch, Dash's Twitch, we have Coffee, we have TikTok for me and for the Fire and Flames group as a whole.
There's my coffee,
There's Neil's Coffee, there's
or
my
Ko-Fi, or whatever
Instagram,
it is.
there's a lot of socials.
Most of them are listed in the videos on YouTube.
Yes,
Just make-
I make sure to list most of them. So thank you again, and we will see you on Friday for Neil's time-traveling dungeon crawling group.
Yes.
Bye, guys!
Anyone have any idea what they want to do in that particular game?